So, full time at the Emirates, first leg semi final, Champions League, Arsenal 0, PSG 1. Absolutely awful result. Nah, it's a crap result. It's an awful result. It really is. Now we've got to go away to the Parc des Princes, and we've got it all to do. We've got it all to do. We got to go for the game. We got to try and turn this tie around in going away to PSG. And you perform. This is a Champions League semi-final, and that first 35 minutes is unacceptable. It's unacceptable, people. That's what killed us. Them getting the early goal, and that first 35 minutes was like, what were the players? It's so soft. We just look scared. We look nervous. Champions League semi-final, man. Did they realize it's a Champions League semi-final? The way we approached that game. We just look so flat. Even in the second half, we'll talk about that. But that first 35 minutes really pissed me off. We made it. It was light work that first half of PSG. Absolute light work, and they get the early goal straight away. Let's talk about it. Make sure you leave your thoughts down below, guys. Get all your comments in and all that. Make sure you hit like buttons up. But I mean, that approach, that start of the game was so easy for PSG, wasn't it? And we allowed them that early goal. You know, Dembele, who is picking him up? Who is picking him up? It's disgusting defending for that first goal. No one's picking up Dembele, and he's there for the shot. We allowed them, especially that first half. They had so much time, so much space on the ball. We were soft. We were scared to get at them. The physical, there's more physical than us. They wanted it more. They wanted it more, people. They wanted it more. They had that mentality there. And people say, but towards the end we look better. Yeah, that's because they knew there was 1-0 up. They knew there was 1-0 up. They got the goal, early goal, nice. We had it all to do. And at the end of the day, we're lucky that the tie's not over. Even in the second half, towards the end, Barcola misses that sitter. 1-on-1 chance. Hits it wide. I don't know how he missed. Ramos, who came off the bench. Off the bar. That should have been a goal. Okay, fair enough. We got the goal, was offside. I mean, it was offside in the end. Cool. But you'd hope, and we was hoping that was something to boost these players up. PSG just, especially that first 35 minutes, they schooled us. They dominated us in that first 35 minutes, right? Then we had Martinelli missing an absolute sitter. He's got to do better there. Listen, Donnarumma made some great saves tonight, I thought. But Martinelli, Trossard missing a sitter in the second half. These are the difference. These are the chances you've got to be taking in this stage of the competition. You have to be clinical. At this stage of the competition, you have to be clinical. And we've Trossard and Martinelli. You've got to be scoring those. Donnarumma made some brilliant saves, but it's not. Trossard should open up his body better for his chance. And Martinelli's got to do better than that for me in that position. You got to do better there. It's just the way how we approach the game. We're at the Emirates. Where's that fucking fight from Real Madrid in that game? Where was that? Because that first 35 minutes, we got scored. We got absolutely scored. And we was getting dominated. All over the pitch. All over the pitch. It's just so frustrating watching that. And then the second half. There's just nothing. No ideas. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This manager waits to the last 5 minutes. 5 minutes of injury time to make an attacking change. To then finally bring in Ranieri. Someone tell me how Odegaard played a full 90 almost. How did Odegaard play 90 minutes? How? How did he play up to 90 minutes? This guy should have been benched at half-time. You're meant to be the captain of Arsenal Football Club. And you're hiding again. You're ghosting again. You don't have it in you to grab a game by the scruff of the neck. He's not got that. He's soft. I'm sorry, Odegaard is soft, people. It's a reality of it. You're meant to be the captain, man. And you're performing like that once again. And he waits 5 minutes. For then, and even in the 5 minutes, 1 year he got one year is actually trying to make stuff happen in that in the 5 minutes he came on. He made a great run, made a great ball to Martinelli, who skied it into Rose head, like usual. He's actually making stuff happen. He's actually making stuff happen 1 year. 1 year it was. Which begs the question, we're 1-0 down. And Arteta is there just doing this with the water. I'm thinking, right, he's finally turning around. He's finally going to make a sub. No. He just sits there, zips his water. Why'd you wait till the 90th minute to make it? We're 1-0 down at the Emirates, and you're waiting against PSG, and we need a goal, and you wait for the last 5 minutes. I get the bench is shit. I get that. I get the bench is trash, but 1 year he should be playing. 1 year he should have more minutes than he's getting. 5 minutes off the bench is disgusting. I don't even care. And even when he came off the bench, actually trying to make stuff happen. The person we missed the most today, Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey, why did you get suspended in that game? Do you see the difference, don't you, in the midfield? It's a complete difference. I mean, I don't even think Marino was too bad in the midfield, but I mean, come on, Partey is so frustrating. We had him, yeah. We had I mean, I don't know if he would have won the game, but at least for the physical battle, because they're all soft, man. Especially in that first 35 minutes, that really pissed me off. When we approached the game, we were sitting there thinking this is going to be such a long night, and it was such a long night. And we're lucky. We're only 1-0. We're lucky PSG only 1-0 up. But I tell you something now, we got to go away to the Parc des Princes with the ultras, yeah, of PSG. We have to go for the game. We're going to leave ourselves wide open, people. The counter attack of PSG was there as well tonight. It's just so frustrating, man. It really was. And fair play to PSG because, at the end of the day, especially in that first half, they scored us. They simply scored us and they simply dominated that first half. There's no two ways about it. They wanted it more. There's more physical than us. It was so easy how they had so much space to just pop it, to switch the play. Kvaratskhelia, Doué kept switching wins, right? They had all the time in the world. We wasn't pressing. Where's our press in that first half? We wasn't even pressing them. Yeah, if anything, they was pressing us really well. So fair play to PSG. They had an executed game plan, and they're a top side. And I think we all said before the game that this is going to be a very different game to how it was in the league phase. Look at the PSG side now compared to the league phase people. They came to the Emirates and absolutely bossed it against us tonight, and they could have had more in that. I'm looking at I'm looking at some of the players on the pitch. I'm looking at Trossard. What was that from Trossard tonight? He should have scored, yeah, but other than that chance, he was dreadful. And we missed Marino as a striker for me today. Who scored the header? Oh, yeah, Marino. Like, obviously, got offside, right? But you need him in the box. He caused havoc. We're getting crossing. Then you got Trossard. What is this guy doing? Trossard today was atrocious. As simple as that. You cannot play this guy. We miss Marino. We miss Partey in the midfield. We miss Marino as actually the striker. I can't believe I'm saying that, people. But Trossard really was frustrating tonight. Gabriel Martinelli was so frustrating yet again. Again, he should have scored, but just not good enough. Saka can hold his head up high. He went out his best, but can hold his head up high. He's the only one trying to make stuff happen, man. Only one. I think he could have got involved in the game a bit more, but Saka was the only one who's trying to make stuff happen, people. Yeah, he was the only one. He's actually holding his head up high and say he actually did something, right? Lewis Skelly as well. Big up to him. Big up to Lewis Skelly. Up against a very good... I mean, that Doué looks class, doesn't he? I mean, some of the touches, he was disgusting today. He looks quality, but I think Skelly did a good job, to be fair. He did a good job, yeah? Anyone else, really, you can hold their head up higher? Not really, to be honest with you. Raya made some big saves, to be fair. That, especially in that one in the first half. He made a big save. Especially in that first half, but... the one, I think it was from maybe Kvaratskhelia or Doué. Yeah, no, it was Doué. It was Doué. But, as I said, Barcola should have scored. Ramos should have scored when he hit the bar. We lucky we didn't lose the game 3-0, if we're being honest with it. And that approach to the game and the tactics and the setup and the management and the in-game management and the late substitutions and not the right substitution and, waiting too long to make substitutions, people, right? All of that was unacceptable tonight. And we got to go to Parc des Princes now. Yeah. We know how hostile the atmosphere is. I know we won at the Bernabeu, but we was already winning the game. We got to go and chase a lead. And this manager cannot chase leads. When we go down, we're fucked. When we go down, we're fucked, people. It's as simple as that. It's been like this all season. I don't even care, right? It was all right against Real Madrid, which is 3-0 up, and then we've done them at the Bernabeu. But I'm telling you something now, we just can't. PSG got the early goal. It killed us, completely killed us, and that's because of the way we started the game, how we approached the game. It was soft from minute one. It was soft from minute one. We just letting them piss around with the ball. So much space they had, so much time they had, and it's a semi-final, and we look nervous. We look scared. We have like the fucking Emirates. We just did Real Madrid 3-0 at the Emirates, and you perform like that. You perform like that. Not good enough. Not good enough, people. I'm sorry. It's pissing me off because we can fucking. Oh, it's so frustrating because we have a good chance of winning the whole competition. We have a good chance of winning the whole competition, man. And you go and waste it like that in that first leg. No, it's not over. We're 1-0 down, but at the end of the day, confidence-wise is in the gutter right now because you got to go to part the France people with their counter-attack. They've already shown how they can counter-attack today. They've already shown it how good their winners are, how good Dembele is. Their midfield today as well Fabian Ruiz had a field day. Vitinha was bossing it. It's just a fucking. There's just no heart in that first half, no heart. And I thought, and look at that, Vitinha won man of the match as well, and fair enough, he bossed it. We missed Partey. People say, oh, let's bin Partey off in the summer. Oh yeah, get rid of Partey. Fucking, he's our best player. And yeah, it was useful because he got suspended. But anyway, the end of the day, people, right? And big up Zia for the raid as well. Yeah, bro, he was Martinelli again. Dead. Big up Zia for the raid. I appreciate you, bro. Bless up Zia, man. Make sure you go and subscribe to Zia's channel. Zia's a real one. Yeah, he's a real one. And yeah, bless up everyone coming from Zia's channel. I will go through you guys' comments in just a second as well. But at the end of the day, right? Everything about that game was pathetic. Even, like I said, even when we got the offside goal that was from Marino, yeah, I thought, you know what, right? That's that. You know, we got an offside goal. That's got to give them a bit of momentum now to go and push on and get the equalizer. But we had nothing. We had fucking nothing. We had nothing, people. Nothing. And that comes down to the manager and the tactics and his substitutions and to wait 5 minutes to bring on Wanyeri. I get it. Understand the bench is trash. The bench is trash. If you ain't got Wanyeri, then it's going to be Sterling. I get that. But I'm sorry. To leave Odegaard for 90 minutes, to leave him when he's doing fuck all, when you got a player like Ethan on the bench who came off the bench, yeah, and did more than Odegaard done the whole game. I'm not even taking the piss. Yeah, he literally he set up that chance on Martinelli where he skied wide, right? He's getting on the ball, he's making stuff happen. But then you play 5 minutes. You expect him to do something in 5 minutes of injury time, Arteta. Because you got your favourites. Because Odegaard's got us on the pitch because he's the captain. And it's not just Odegaard today. I'm not just scapegoating Odegaard. Because it's Trossard as well. Trossard today, appalling. Martinelli, appalling. Let me think. Timber today look, I mean, looked a bit shaky at times. Had a very tough task with Kvaratskhelia and Doué. Kivior at times looked a bit shaky. Lewis Skelly can hold his head up high. Saka can hold his head up high. Raya again made some good saves, but at the end of the day, people, it's not over yet. You know, we're 1-0 down, but we have some serious work to do. This will really show how good Arteta is if he is gonna be the man, if he is this guy to turn this around now. Because you got to go to the punch, you got to adapt. You're 1-0 down now. It's not like we're sitting on a lead like we did at Real Madrid when we was 3-0 up. Yeah, we had a very good lead. We got to now go away when 1-0 down, when it's all the pressure's all on Arsenal to go and chase the game against PSG, when we know how good they are in the counter-attack. This will really test his manager right now. This will really test his manager. Because it's on him tonight. It's on him. It's on him. No, it's on him. The setup, the game management, to wait that late, and then you look what you bring on Ben White. Okay, Ben White can go forward, but You bring on Ben White, and even he's like, what, 10 minutes to go? It's just baffling. It really is. Let's big up the chat, man. Make sure if you are tuning in, make sure you guys do subscribe if you are new. We're on the road to 11,000 subscribers. Get all your comments in down below. We're gonna drop the link in a minute as well, so people can come on and have their say. But big up everyone, man. Big up everyone. I'm so frustrated, man, because we all believed in this team. We all believed. We all had the faith. We always come in with chest, rightly so as well. We just did Real Madrid 3-0. We beat them 2-1 at the butt. We done them 5-1 on aggregate. We had the right to have the chest coming into this game at the Emirates, all the confidence, and then you go and watch that for 90 minutes, and you go and watch that for 90 minutes. It's just so frustrating, people. It really is. Let's big up everyone, man. Big up McChronicle in the chat. He says Arteta isn't going to the final. Sack him. He's finished. Our star player is too. Pardon me. It's too programmable, too robotic, mate. Too robotic at the end of the day. You know, we just didn't. He couldn't adapt going to goal down, could he? He couldn't. He couldn't. That second half was just painful to watch. That's one word I'll describe it. Just painful. Just so painful. And PSG were just fine with it. They'd be buzzing with this. You know, a 1-0 win. Okay, they probably wanted another goal. You know, Barcola should have scored for them. Ramos probably should have scored for them. But at the end of the day, you know, when you look into it, they're sitting there, you know, clean sheet away at the Emirates. It's fine because we can do them at home now as well. So, yeah, they'll be happy with this. For Arsenal, it's an awful result. It's an absolute, even a draw, I was saying, that ain't great. But looking back on it now, we would have all snapped the handle for a draw, you know, because now we got it all to do. But yeah, man, it just showed Arteta as well. You know, he's inexperienced, in my opinion, in this stage of the competition as well. Because you're in the semi-finals and the attitude and the approach of the game for me was appalling. Hence why we went a goal down that early on, because our mind weren't there. We was not on it. We looked nervous. We looked scared of them. We looked scared of them. At the end of the day, and that's what it is, people. That's what it is. No, it's not over yet. I'm not saying it's over, but I'm saying this probably could have and it probably has cost us this first leg. Big up to John Ball. He did. Partey's a key in the midfield for Arsenal, because you move Marino back in, and I thought Marino had a fairly all right game. You know, he did his thing, but he's been playing so well as a striker. He gives that aerial threat in the box. He showed it with the free kick, the offside goal. Right? He gives you that aerial threat in the box at the end of the day. And you're taking him out of striker where he's played so well. You know, you're taking him out of striker where he's played so well, and you're bringing him back into the midfield. We miss Partey. We miss Partey big time. And it's Partey's fault. He's the guy who got suspended. And he was like this. He knew. He was like, fuck, man, I could have made a difference. Second leg, he can make a difference in the midfield, because our midfield got bossed about. Declan Rice, I mean, good going forward, but again, wasn't in the physical battle today. Wasn't there in the midfield like he usually is. He had a bit of an off day. Marino, again, he's more of, he's playing better as a striker, but he didn't have. Odegaard went missing. So you had Fatinya bossing it. He got man of the match today, by the way. You had João Neves, who was everywhere today, and he's a baller, by the way. You had Woes, who just got everything and just kept things ticking. Their midfield dominated our midfield. They won the midfield battle. They won the midfield battle. We couldn't deal with their winners as well. Yeah, they were causing us problems. Kvaratskhelia, Doué, Dembele when he got on the ball. It was just nightmare. Even Barcola when he came on should have scored. And I just don't think we test their centre backs enough as well. I kind of feel Marquinhos and Patra had a field day. It's a light work for them this game. It was easy for them. Hakimi and Mendes. Saka was the only one trying to make stuff happen. Martinelli up against Hakimi. Someone put in my chat before the game. Hakimi defensively, he's been dribbled past the most times in a single Champions League player this season. Right? He's been dribbled past the most times. Martinelli should have got at him more. He didn't. So robotic, man. So out of ideas. Only one plan. Only one game plan. There's no plan B, people. We couldn't adapt from a goal down at the Emirates. It's crazy. Big up AMD, bro. They destroyed us. Facts. People say, oh, but you only lost 1-0. Yeah. Watch the game, people. And then you'll see what we're saying. We couldn't even score a goal at home, man. It's so bad. Facts. this is where we all feeling so confident. You know, we're at the Emirates. We could have, you know, beat these lot tonight. We should have beat these lot tonight in terms of, you know, how we've been playing in the Champions League recently. And then you go and perform like that. You go and perform like that. It's crazy. Big up to Ross, man. Big up to you, bro. Yeah. We got it all to do, man. We got it all to do in the second leg. Big up to AJ as well. I'm fuming. Likewise, bro. Likewise, man. Get Odegaard out tonight. He's not a captain. He's not a captain. There's gonna be all the excuses in the world. Oh, you know, Odegaard's injured. Oh, he's got the ankle injury and all of this. Absolute rubbish. It's rubbish. It's rubbish. You're the captain. You're the captain of Arsenal Football Club, mate. You're the captain. There's just no. You are the captain. We're in semi-finals of the Champions League, and you're the captain. You perform like that. You perform like that. Honestly, I don't blame him in the sense that he's been kept on for that long, though. He should have been hooked at half time. Bless up AJ, man. Bless up AJ every single time. Absolute legend there, bro. Bless up AJ. Big up, bro. Big up. Big up Gio, bro. My brother Juve Corner Cast. Bless up to you, Gio, man. If you're free, if you watch the game and you want to hop on, I'll leave the link in the chat for you, bro. And if let me know. Me if that tell or Gio. Bless up to you, bro. As well. Legend every single time. Ashik as well. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you. Arsenal fans humbled. Yeah, it's just so frustrating. It really is. Gio says PSG changed enormously in terms of mentality and style of play. Arsenal need to be very clinical, and the front line did not work. Facts, absolute facts. You know, I said it. I think we benefited when Marino playing as a striker. We should have played him as a striker. Trossard won it tonight, but you're right. We had to be clinical, and the two chances we got on that plate, Martinelli on that plate, you got to be scoring. Donnarumma, you know, and you know, I know Donnarumma very well, how he plays for the national team. He's top class goalkeeper. But at the end of the day, both the chances, Martinelli, you got to do better. But Trossard on that chance, he doesn't open up his body enough. He should know what Martinelli did, open up his body. It's just you got to be in these moments in Champions League semi-final. Yeah, you've got to be clinical, and we just wasn't. We wasn't, man. But and then on the flip side of that, PSG could have won 2-3-0 towards the end. We rode our luck. The Arsenal ladies were there. The men should be. Yeah, the Arsenal ladies did it, didn't they? They're in the final. Big up to them, and they're absolutely superb. Big up to Hitish, bro. I think you're a PSG fan. You know what? If you're PSG, congratulations, bro. Well, you deserve that. And you know, maybe you're disappointed it's only 1-0 and you could have got more because you deserve that. You scored us, mate. Simple as that. Luis Enrique masterclass. Luis Enrique scored on Arteta. Simple as that. Man came to the Emirates, kept a clean sheet, 1-0 win, semi-final. Yeah, scored us, mate. Simple as that. Big up Static as well, bro. Arteta out. Listen, he had to win the Champions League for me. You know, we've been saying this. This is your lifeline for our season. This is your lifeline for you as a manager, Arteta. Give yourself something. A Champions League, make history, and you go and perform like that. And he's got 40. He's got 90 minutes now next Wednesday to save our season, and to save him, I think. But even if he doesn't, he's still going to be saying, yeah, big up Gio, bro, every single time. Oh, you are PSG. You know what? Fair play to you, bro. Well deserved, bro. Well deserved, mate. Honestly, well deserved. Well deserved, bro. Hey, Josh, facts. Ranieri should have been earlier. Yeah, I would have said halftime. Halftime. Odegaard, you're off. Awful first half. Time for Ranieri. Because Ranieri was doing the 5 minutes, bro, was everywhere, man. Yeah, he put on a plate for Martinelli. He skied it wide. But he's getting on the ball. He makes stuff happen, Ranieri. He gives something different. So why on earth will we do the same thing over and over again? Yeah, doing the same thing over and over again. And you don't decide to change it until 5 minutes to go. Ranieri came on. Yeah, something different. Why didn't you do that 20, 30 minutes earlier? Even at half time? Just doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make sense. No. Big respect to PSG. Big respect to PSG. But we're at the Emirates and you perform like that. And that first half performance was appalling. That's what really cost us, bro. Big up to Ryan as well. Big up to Damien as well. Hope you're good, Damien. Hope you're good. Gio says PSG never had the same mentality in terms of getting over the line, but one thing I've noticed in the season, they've always found a way to win big games, which is very important in UCL. Facts. Yeah, it's definitely a different PSG, different mentality to what we're seeing in, and they play as a team, they play as a collective. They all play for each other basically, and that showed tonight from their goalkeeper Donnarumma made some brilliant saves. Their back four tonight, getting forward, their the two centre backs, Marquinhos and Pacha, had nothing to do. Effectively, just we didn't test them enough whatsoever. Their midfield bullied our midfield. And yeah, their attack showed how class they are as well. So there we go. I'm sorry, but Arteta got nothing right. Big up Plasma, by the way, my brother. Listen, Plasma, I know you're Norwegian and you love your boy Odegaard and you'll do anything for your boy. I get that, but bro, what was that from him? And listen, I said it earlier. It's not all just Odegaard, bro. And I said that I'm not scapegoating him. I don't like to scapegoating. Just I find pathetic. Looking at one player, it's a collective and it's a manager overall for me. That result is not on Odegaard, it's on the manager for me. Yeah, Arteta. But Odegaard's got to take responsibility. He's the captain. Yeah, but not just him. Trossard was appalling tonight as well. There's many others in the team. The midfield got dominated, as I said. But I'm sorry, but Arteta got nothing right today. Obviously, there's always a chance, but we're not doing ourselves much favors here. Exactly that. Exactly, bro. It's not over. No, I'm far from saying it's over. We're 1-0 down. We need a goal. Anything can happen in football. But hold on. We're in the first leg at the Emirates Stadium. We just done Real Madrid 3-0. And it's, and you go and perform like that. And it's the thing that got me the most is they didn't want it. They didn't want it. There's a way of losing. And that mentality, the way how we started that game, I felt sick. Yeah, because the players just looked nervous. They looked in their shells. They looked scared. They weren't physical enough. They were soft as fuck. That is unacceptable. You're in a semi-final of the Champions League. We're at the Emirates and you perform like you're fucking bunch of snowflakes in that first 35 minutes. And then that created that goal from Dembele. So much space. No one's picking him up. It's not good enough. Completely different PSG. It's a fair play to them, man. Honestly, fair play to them. 1-0 down at home, and our first option was right off the bench. Exactly. It's baffling. No, Wanyeru, what we're going to do is we're going to wait till the 90th minute to bring you on. Yeah, just because Odegaard's got to play. Yeah, because he's my son and I've got to play him. And then, hold on. Ben White, who just came back from an operation, he's been struggling for minutes recently. I'll tell you what, you're perfect, mate, when we're 1-0 down against Kvaratskhelia. Yeah, you're perfect, mate. Yeah, in 80th minute as well, exactly. It's crazy. Big up to Hanno, by the way. Yeah, Martinelli. No words, bro. No words for Martinelli. Big up Zia for the raid, bro. Appreciate every single time, man. Make sure you guys go and sub to Zia. He's a legend. As well. Just let Rene manage the second leg. She's got some French comeback. Yeah, exactly, man. Look what the women did against Lyon away in France, man. Get Rene in. Get Rene in the second leg. Get some of the play. Get Russo up front as well. If they've been Kim Little in their midfield instead of Odegaard. Crazy. We got Adam as well, bro. We got Adam as well. Legend, bro. If anyone does want a link as well, I'm gonna drop it right now. I'm just gonna go through these comments. Actually, I'll do it. Should I do it now? Yeah. Right, I'm gonna drop the link right now, people. Anyone who wants to come on. I know Alfie, I think it's in the chat. He wants to come on. Anyone else? Gio, if you're free as well. Anyone else wants to come on? We'll do some player ratings towards the end as well. They won't be pretty, to be fair, but there we go. Yeah, there's a link. I'll pin it to the chat as well, because why not? Make sure you guys hit the like buttons up as well. That'd be greatly appreciated as well, people. But yeah, there we go. There we go, people. It's crazy. Yeah, but big up Adam, bro. Big up yourself, Adam. Hope you, bro. Hope you're well. Big up to you, man. I'm sorry you lost, but big up Josh and everyone. Nah, I appreciate you, bro. Nah, it's a manager, it's a players, bro. Just embarrassing. It really is to perform like that. Next game, big up Mariah. Next game is PSG at home. Yeah, bro, probably. You know, and that's our performance at the Emirates. Imagine going to part the France. And I get it. Our away form has been a bit better. You know, in the recent Champions League games, we won at the Bernabeu. We battered PSV 7-1. You know, Sporting 5-1. I mean, but we lost to Inter 1-0. You know, it's mad. Plasma says once again, Arteta shows Plan A isn't working. We're not winning the game. He's scared to adapt away from his 11 robots on the pitch. Exactly that. Exactly that. It's all good when Plan A works, isn't it? Because it is when Plan A is working, and you know we say, for example, the Madrid game, we got the goal, Rice free kick, everyone lifts. Then you got to get second and third, right? It looks beautiful, doesn't it? But now, what about when you trail, like we were today, when PSG got the early goal? What about then, Arteta? What have you got then? And I said it earlier. This was going to really show if this manager is good enough, because he needs to now go away, a goal down, away at PSG. When we're 1-0 down, we're trailing now. What can you do? What can you do in this situation, Arteta? When you're trailing now, how are you going to adapt? That's the big question. Big up to Mob every single time, bro. Yeah, likewise, man. Likewise. I'm sorry, but today Odegaard looked like he's paying him upwards to 300k a week to do cardio tonight. And listen, I know he's your boy. I know he's your boy. I know he's your boy, but yeah, just not. I don't know what it is with him. He needs a whole summer off. Just rest him. Get in a replacement as well. Someone to give him a bit of competition. Big up G Star as well. These fans at the stadium are tourists. Don't care what anyone says. And where is Odegaard? Once again, bro. And then this sums it up as well. Odegaard lost 14 balls. 14 balls. He lost the ball 14 times tonight. There we go. There we go. Trossard had been a great striker recently, but we really like the presence of Marino. Exactly. Even Havertz gives us. That's what he's missing, man. Because even Marino in the box, he calls some havoc, man. And we're just whipping these crosses into the box. Trossard, you're expecting to fucking head it. He's not aerial. He's not aerial like that, Trossard. Marino is, though. Marino is aerially could have caused them some problems, and that's where he got the goal from. Got disallowed, unfortunately. Big up Alfie as well. I know a lot of you are backstage, guys. I'm going to get you on in just a second. I'm just going to quickly go through his comments, and then I'm going to get you guys on, and we'll talk about it. But yeah, big up everyone. Big up Alfie every single time, bro. Big up Liam as well every single time, my brother. If you're around Liam, if Zia, any neutrals who watch the game, you want to come on, feel free to, lads. Feel free to banter us. Come along, mate. Big up Chelsea fan as well. Big up Josh. Sorry about Arsenal tonight, my brother. My brother was at the game. He was not happy. I'm sorry you had to watch that, man. I'm sorry you had to watch that as well. Big up to Rory as well. Dembele has had he's got hamstring, does he? I mean, listen, if he's out, he's out. But at the end of the day, they still got Barcola, who should have scored and is still a very good player. And they still, if Dembele is out, it's a big miss, but they still got others. Big up Catalan as well. That was embarrassing for Arsenal, but I want to. Good for you, Catalan, bro. Good for you, mate. Going into the semi-final without a striker, that's on Arteta. He's a clown and should be sacked. I mean, listen, if he don't win the Champions League, he should, but he's not going anywhere, unfortunately, bro. Big up Paul in the chat as well. Big up Josh, disappointed for Arsenal, mate. I can't see Arsenal turning around in Paris. It's going to take a lot, isn't it, to be fair. PSG, big up to Ryan as well. PSG were great tonight. Yeah, they were, and fair play to them. Credit where credit is due. Enrique outclassed Arteta. Enrique masterclass for PSG. He got it spot on for them. And yeah, it came to Emirates, got a 1 to win, and they'll be happy with that, I think. Keeping a like and subscribing. Thank you so much as well. PSG has had the advantage in the second leg, even though it isn't over. But I think PSG can get to the final now. In April, still waiting for Marino to unlock Martinelli on the side. And again, I don't blame Marino, because at the end of the day, he should be playing striker today. He's been playing superb striker, and the manager playing him back in the midfield. So there we go. Odegaard was terrible, though. Yeah, he was. Odegaard, that's the quote of the year right there, people. Big like Dow, bro. Dow, my brother. If you're around and you want to hop on, feel free to have your say. But yeah, I'm gutted as well, man. Alfie says referee. Nah, yeah, the referee was shit as always. But are we really gonna sit him and use this as an excuse? And I'm not saying you're. I know you're just asking me the question. I don't think you're using it as an excuse. But people will probably use it as an excuse. Not you, my friend, because you're just asking me the question about the referee. Yeah, the referee was shit as always. But are we really? But fans, I'm sure will use the excuse about the referee. This, that, and the other. VAR, this, that, and the other. It should not even be spoken about as why we lost the game. We lost the game because of our flipping mentality in that and the approach to the game and the tactics and the flipping the late subs and everything just was awful. It could have gone. I mean, well, it could have got worse. We could have lost 2-3-0, but still, that was unexpected for me and every Arsenal fan, I'll say, because we had that confidence we can go and do something. Yeah, we just didn't, and it's just so frustrating. We've got all to do now. In second leg. Big up to Jordan as well, man. And Plasma says having Party is one miss, but playing Rice in the 6-day show, we miss him in the 8. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy, bro. It really is. Right, let's get the panel one, man. I know there's a lot waiting backstage as well. We got my brother Alfie. Yo, Alfie, bless up yourself, man, every single time. I know you're vexed like me, bro. So
this fucking team, bro, honestly.
Rory as well. I mean, me and Rory is watching it on the watch on together. We were streaming throughout. My brother Gio, as always,
what's going on, brother?
Neutral, but big up to you, Gio, every single time, man. I'll start with you, Alfie, first, man, because obviously, well, I know we've got all got a lot to get off our chest, but I'll start with you, Alfie, bro. 1-0 to PSG. 1-0 to PSG. I was talking about how we approached the game and how pathetic it was, how soft it was, but what do you think is like confidence-wise must be in the gutter now, surely, for the second leg, bro?
My confidence is through the floor right now. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, PSG turned up at the Emirates and played us off the park. That three-man midfield destroyed us. Vitinha, João Neves, and Fabian Ruiz played us off the park. We looked spineless. Didn't make a change until the 80th minute. Again, like, I'm sat there on the watch along fuming. I am almost pulling my hair out. Like, I expected this team to turn up tonight, and this is what you give me. I feel sorry for the people that spent money going to the game tonight.
Yeah.
I heard that the women's team were in attendance tonight.
Wow.
Why couldn't you do what they did at the weekend? They slapped up Lyon differently.
Facts.
We were so bad tonight, and for me, there's only one man to blame.
Manager for me.
Exactly.
Manager. Got it all wrong, didn't he? Everything. I mean, you wait till 5 minutes when on Wanjeri. 90th minute been on Wanjeri when we need a goal. And then 80th minute is Ben White, who's just came back from an operation, who's not even been looking like he's looked rusty at times since he came back, up against Kvaratskhelia. And he realized we're losing the game, right? We were losing. We're 1-0 down.
He must realise that our midfield is getting ploughed through constantly. We're playing every time Odegaard's on the pitch, we're playing with 10 men regardless. Our midfield is getting ploughed through. The smart thing to do would be at half time, take off Trossard, move Marino back into the 9, bring on Tierney, put him at left back, and put Lewis Skelly in the midfield. We could all see it. Why couldn't he?
Facts. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke. Before I come to Rory, I'll come to you, Gio, bro, because obviously you're watching it as a neutral. And you made some good points in the chat, Gio, about PSG, how they look a complete different team, and they played very well tonight. But what do you make of the tie? What do you make of the first leg overall, man?
Going into it, you guys beat Real Madrid, especially 5-1 on aggregate, which I was surprised myself. I mean, I wasn't surprised because of Madrid's form, but the way that you guys just demolished them and outplayed them, even away as well, which made a difference. Made me have a little bit of confidence for Arsenal going into this one as well. But I feel like that there's something different about PSG this season. Ever since that they got, they started playing their beautiful football under Luis Enrique. And not just that, but they have a winning manager. You look at it, what has Arteta won? What has Arteta won that's so convincing that he could get over the line? He was supposed to win the Premier League. That's the first objection right there. The objective was to win the Premier League first, then to go far in Europe, of course, right? But he hasn't even proved it in the Premier League, which is, and he's been always second for how long? Which it's just a joke. It's a joke. For me, Arteta, if he was playing for my club, I think he'll be sacked right away.
Yeah,
100%
he would.
Like, listen, in terms of the play style, he's great. In terms of, progressing the team from like where you guys were, a couple years ago, he's good in terms of that. But in terms of going over the line, in terms of the winning mentality, in terms of the winning manager, he just doesn't have it. I mean, listen, you're going to be in front of so many like I said, the job is not done, right?
Yeah.
Or you're going to be going to Paris now. This is a completely different ballgame. You're playing in PSG's hands now.
Yeah. And we got to score 2 to beat them.
And supposedly there is a hamstring problem with Dembele, which is perfect for you guys. But still, they have answers on the bench. Barcola, even Gonzalo Ramos. The guy hit the crossbar, and that could have been counted as a goal. That could have been counted as a goal. So, and not just that, but we all saw how Arsenal was getting dominated in the midfield. The midfield, I think, is one of the most important things. If you can't control the midfield, you won't win the game. Unless you sit back and you hit on the counter and you maybe have like that one chance and you might get that one goal. But the way that PSG's midfield operated today, well done to them. They've been superb this season. I expected it, even though they lost against Nice before, a match before.
Yeah, they lost. Yeah.
For them, they're like, I'd rather lose now and then just go all out in the Champions League. Because I think one thing about PSG, they make one mistake, they learn from it. That's what I'm noticing about this PSG too this season. They're learning from their mistakes. They had so many mistakes in the beginning of the season. They lost to you guys as well in the group stages. You could say that, it's a completely different team. But if you really think about it, all they did was get a couple additions in January, and all of a sudden, now everything's clicking. But fair play to PSG again. Arsenal did the weak points. Martinelli.
Yeah.
Where were you today? When you mentioned about Hakimi getting dribbled the most, I think, in the whole UCL.
Yeah.
Hey, that says something about the front line. The front line is also important, especially for Arsenal going forward. We could also say that Thomas Partey was also a big miss today too.
Massive miss, yeah.
Because what he did against Madrid was a masterclass.
Yeah.
Him and Declan Rice.
And Rice thrives with him as well next to him, doesn't he?
Exactly.
At the end of the day?
Exactly. Yeah. But I think in terms of what Arteta is going to have to do in Paris is going to be hard, man. It's going to be really, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be really difficult, man. I don't see, not yet. I mean, listen, anything is possible, but I do not see Arsenal as of right now. The way that you guys played at the Emirates, going into Paris to win, you have to score 2 goals to go through. All PSG need to do is just score a couple goals and they're done. Like I said, anything is possible because even Aston Villa came back against them. But it's different because they were at the Villa. They were at the Villa. This is This is in Paris. And the way that they play in Paris, man, it's like they'll take the game to you.
Yeah,
and they did the same thing with Liverpool. They did the same thing with Liverpool.
And they battered Liverpool, especially. They should have won about 5-4-0 in that first leg, bro, if I'm being honest.
Exactly. And that's why I even said PSG has the capabilities and the potential to win the Champions League this season, along with Barcelona. The way that they've been playing, but anything is possible. Anything is possible. Arsenal is a good quality team. They have a lot of good quality players. It's just that are they willing to show up like they did against Madrid?
There's no excuse they have to show up. They have to show up.
No, 100% agree. They have to show up. I mean, the pressure is now on Arteta. Arteta, for me, screwed up this game tactically.
Yeah.
The lineup for me, I feel like that he could have adjusted a little bit of players. You know, putting Marino in, like I get it, but like that wasn't even his position. You know, it didn't make any sense. Didn't make any sense. Yes, you missed players, but still. And there's the guy himself. It's Liam.
Liam's here to troll us, I bet.
GVOS season star left wing back. That's who that is.
Yeah.
He's buzzing.
We needed him tonight because he scored a hat-trick in his first game on Pro Clubs on Saturday, so we needed him. Where were you, Liam?
At left back, by the way.
Left back.
Yeah. Sam, the link's in the. Just click on the comment, my friend, and then it'll take you the pinned comment. It'll take you right. Click the link. You'll come on with us as well, man. But no, bro, your facts, absolute facts, man. Honestly, I couldn't agree more, bro. I'll come to you, Rory, bro. I mean, we was both sitting there watching it, just with. I just don't even know what to say about that, man. Absolutely pathetic, especially the way we started the game as well. But yeah, what'd you make of that, bro?
I mean, in the opening 35 minutes, our players looked shook. We barely escaped their own half, in our own half, sorry. And then we had a decent spell towards the end of the first half. We started the second half really well as well with the goal. And I thought, you know what? We're going to kick on from this after that goal got disallowed. Just flat for the rest of the game, to be honest with you. Because every time we were attacking, we would slow it down and allow PSG to revert back into their positions. It was just frustrating the life out of me. I reckon the only players that can come off with their heads held high are Lewis Skelly, Rice, Saliba, Marino, and Saka. That's about it for me. The rest should hang their heads in shame, to be honest with you. Timber, I thought, looked shaky in the first half. Grew into it in the second, don't get me wrong, but first half, I thought it was all over the place at times. I want to come on to the captain later on, but Kiwior, I mean, he's done well lately, but still, I mean, doesn't move me. Trossard stunk up the place.
Yeah.
Martinelli stunk up the place.
Yeah.
And it just shows that Partey is crucial to this team. And the thing is, right, Partey didn't even play today, and he's potentially costed us with that silly yellow card.
Yeah.
So Partey, for me, has to hold some of the blame, but at the same time, hopefully fans can actually look at the game today and go, I tell you what, he is vital, the way we want to play out from the back, and that is why Arteta likes line breakers, innit? But this is what I don't get, right? Our midfield are up against the likes of Vitinha, João Neves, like proper technicians, right? Marino and Rice were arguably one of our two best players. Like, they at least tried to create something. And they're not even, technicians, if you know what I mean. They don't match the attributes Vitinha and João Neves bring to their team. Rice is obviously more of a destroyer. Marino has obviously been playing as the number 9 lately. But they did more work ethic in that midfield against two technicians in Vitinha and Neves than our captain did in 90 minutes.
Yep.
Did you know not only he lost possession 14 times, or by your words, Josh, he lost 14 balls.
Yeah, fools.
But he played like he lost 14 balls, I can't lie.
That's funny, but actually, sorry guys,
Yo, big up
just
Sam, by the way, bro. Nice to meet you, by the way. First
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, can I just finish before you eventually move on? If that's all right. But Odegaard, right? I can't defend him anymore. I just can't. I mean, this John Tracy motherfucker is just
FIFA guys. I bet FIFA on that point,
stinking
guys.
up the place week in, week out this season. And you don't know how many this guy, man.
Fuck's sake.
Come on, guys. Guys, can I say
He's
something,
muted as well.
please?
He's muted
Can
as
I
well.
say something, guys?
You can't even
Can
hear
I
him.
say something, please?
This guy-
Can I say something,
This
guys?
guy's muted anyway.
He's muted anyway.
I was looking for my Champions League medal.
Oh no, he's
Oh.
there, oh, there we go.
For God's sake.
No, as you were saying,
Can I
Rory.
say something, guys?
But yeah, Odegaard, this fucking John Tracy motherfucker, you know, Thunderbirds back in the day,
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
stinking up the place week in, week out this season. And the thing is, right, Arteta knew he was having a stinker and took him bloody until stoppage time to bring him off for Waneri. Why? And as I was saying about not only he lost possession 14 times, but he made one pass in the final third.
Yeah.
One in 90 minutes. Are you mad? One pass.
Jesus.
And you're supposed to be our technician, our creative midfielder, our creative spark. What do you do, mate? And I
Let's
said
be our
before the
captain.
game that I wanted to see Waneri start ahead of Odegaard. I mean, obviously he was going to start because the fact he can press from the front with his typical, yeah, let's get the crowd up after every flipping throw-in. Like,
You can
was
do that all he wants. Take the armband off him. You don't deserve it.
Can I say something, guys? I'm from Nigeria. Can I say something, guys?
Yes, Sam. Big up Nigeria, bro.
Big
Firstly.
up, big up, big up.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. I think I have the floor now. Actually, I actually had to leave the comfort of my home just to go outside and watch the game with some couple of friends. But really, what Arteta failed to do was when you look at the beginning of that game, you will see how PSG wanted that early goal. They wanted
Yeah.
that. It was so
They got
obvious.
it.
Like, yeah, these guys, they wanted it. You know, the position for like 12, 15 minutes was just all PSG.
Yeah.
It was fucking all PSG. Like from the first minute till like the 15 minutes, Arsenal got into the game at about 20, 21 minutes. The pressure reduced on our side. Now, what Arteta did wrong in the first place, he did so many things wrong. But in the first place, when the match started, was his game management. His game management was so poor at the beginning. Now you're getting into a semi-final match with an European team like PSG that has bought players over time, and they've tried to win this league, this Champions League, for a very long time. That made them got players like Messi. At the time, Mbappe was there. So many good players
Yeah.
with quick feet, good stuff. Now they couldn't get it. Now at this point, we're at the same pace with them. How do I mean? We need the Champions League. They also need the Champions League as well. Now you just got over a big win over Madrid,
Yeah.
the big boy, the boys in white. You just got over a big win over them. Your game management is supposed to be top notch. Probably, I am thinking that Ateta had the feeling that guys, we crossed Madrid, we can go on with this. We'll crush these guys. But Madrid is not PSG or Saint Germain. If you watch the PSG team today, they had so many individual players that were up to the game. Look at that guy. That guy that played in Napoli before. The guy with
Yeah.
the shirt.
Kvaratskhelia, yeah.
Yeah, check out that guy. That guy was top notch today. For the first 15-20 minutes, he created troubles to us. I expected Arsenal to be doing that in their own home. The game management was so poor. I don't know, but in the first 15-20 minutes, our players were nowhere to be found. They were just trying to find their feet, nowhere. Then moving on to the game. Hence, you've considered that early goal. Why not bring in those players that can bring in? When I saw White on the, I was telling somebody close to me. I said we need White and one here early enough. White in the sense that what's his name? Timber has a yellow card. Bring him out so that we won't have to get a red card on him. Bring him out. Then bring in one area. One area is a ball juggler. PSG had so many ball jugglers. There's this black guy with dreads. They took off lately. Did you see the way the guy was handling the ball? Ball management.
Due or Barcola?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the way? Did you see the way he was so confident on the ball?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we lost that confidence on the ball, and the moment the coach noticed that we were one goal down, at least at most 60 minutes, bring in one a ball juggler, natural ball juggler that will create differences in the front there. I was so mad. I saw White standing up when the coach rushed up to White and was like, White, I don't know what he was telling him anyway. I was watching from a far distance, but I was expecting him to bring in one at the same time because
Yes.
at that point we need players that can create difference. We needed that one goal back. Good a thing. There's no more away goal rule in the Champions League. That's
Yeah,
nice.
man.
But we needed that change to bring in that. Sometimes as coaches, you just need to take some kind of risk. You have to. You have to. When the chips are down, when everything is down, you need to go back to your drawing board and then let out the whole Arsenal out. Yes, as at 65 minutes, you have nothing to lose. Let everything out. So his game management lost us this game. Arteta, most importantly, especially at the beginning, for me, I believe he was supposed to anticipate that PSG will want to get an early lead. We already played them in the group stage. I think so. We played them in the group stage. One of the
Yeah, we
legs
did.
ended in and I think the other one ended in a win for us. I can't really say. I might be wrong. I might be right. And I might be right. But his game management lost us this game. His game management was so poor. The moment PSG started, and Luis Enrique is a coach that I've watched over time. He has a very good ball retention principle. Let's hold the ball. Let's hold on to the ball. Guardiola left and Luis Enrique came in Barcelona. He kept that principle of holding the ball. If you watch what PSG was trying to do for the first 15-20 minutes, they tried to keep that ball by all means. And I was expecting we were supposed to do that. But even though we lost Thomas Partey because Thomas Partey is a good transmission from the midfield into the attack. Thomas Partey gives that. He transmits the ball well from the midfield to attack. Thomas Partey can give you a defensive move and then translate it into an offensive move immediately. He does that. That's his work, and that's why we
Yeah.
missed him. So yes, that transition from the midfield to attack, it was not there. If you watch for the
Definitely.
first half, we started getting it right at let's say 32 minutes. We started putting pressure on these guys. If we had taking the game to them in the first point, they would have gone back. And then who knows? Maybe the game would have been ours. That's my point, guys.
Thing is,
Right.
fine margins again. Fine margins because we had opportunities. Martinelli before half time, we scored that. It's 1-1. Different game.
Trossard in the second half.
Trossard, the disallowed goal.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, I'm looking at a certain, Kvaratskhelia on, the opposite, on the opposite, and I'm like, tell you what, I'm looking at him on the panel now, and I'm like, I tell you what, you would have scored. You would have scored a couple here if you were playing for Arsenal tonight. Yeah, the guy with shit
To be
Odegaard
fair though,
background.
you only get dead ballers, bro. So you ain't getting Kvaratskhelia.
Wait,
Well,
you're saying Liam looks like Kvaratskhelia, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Liam the Kvaratskhelia double gutter. Jeez.
Yeah,
I
bro,
can
if you
see,
were
I
on the
can see it.
pitch, then well, for Arsenal, then we would have scored a couple.
We would have, man.
But this is what I mean.
There was-
Like, everyone in our attack shits the bed
Exactly.
in front of goal, apart from Saka.
Yep. Facts.
There was
Liam, bro.
countless times in the game as well where Raya has the ball after PSG have had an attack, and we're sat there thinking, "There's players open. Just throw it out. Get the transition going."
Exactly.
Holds up the play so much, allows PSG to move back into their positions, and then we're back to what we're doing again, sideways, backwards. Every time we get to the middle of the pitch, we've lost the ball, or Erdegaard's giving it away. It was the same old shit tonight, and it was so annoying to watch.
Mm.
Who do you blame for the goal? Because I think Raya's positioning was terrible.
Yeah, I did point that out. I was like, but where was Rice going? But to be fair, apart from that, I thought he had a decent game, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's just, I think the problem with Rice tonight, we missed his press upfield, I'd say.
Yeah.
Because that's what he can bring when he's in the 8 role.
Because he had to come in and cover for Partey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stupid Bozo got a yellow card against
How much we missed him, man. That's how much we missed Pi. But Liam, bro, what'd you make of that game, man, overall? And do you think Arsenal were out, by the way?
Well, I thought you guys were going out anyway.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I said that to you in the...
No, you did, to be fair. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So, but still, it is actually still only 1-0. Let's not beat around the bush. Like, I get
guys.
Probably going to be out or whatever, but
I still think we'll go through.
I didn't see you beating the... I know it's totally different because it's women's football and so on, but I didn't see you beating Leon, brother, and you smashed them.
True.
Anything can happen in football.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, you could still be in the game. But in the game itself, I just thought you just weren't showing the levels that you once were against Madrid in the last game. You just weren't at it. And it's weird because you were at home as well.
Exactly.
You know, if you were away, then maybe it'd be like, oh, this. But you were at home. So it's like, surely you want to do it in front of your fans. I don't know. You know what footballers are like. Sometimes they turn up, sometimes they don't. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I mean, the fact I called Donnarumma were overrated in the preview, to be honest. Yeah, I have to hold the L on that one, to be honest.
He made some quality saves, to be fair. I can't even remember.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, but we should be burying these opportunities.
Yeah.
Like, and I keep hearing fans, oh, but Gyökeres wouldn't bang in the Premier League, would he? He wouldn't get the service.
Oh my gosh.
Should we do some player ratings, guys, for Arsenal? I mean,
yeah, we are.
Look at Alfie's face.
I mean, we have to.
Alfie's face. He's like, no, I don't want to do.
Oh man.
I still think we'll go through. We'll go through, guys. We'll go through. I still think we'll go through. Just on our away
Trust
match.
the process.
Yeah, sure.
The process is killing me, Liam.
What place are you finishing, mate?
Bro, remember the process for me, Josh, bro? You know
What face is what's his name? Igor Tudor, what his name is?
Yeah, bro. Nah, listen. Don't worry, man. Hey, Antonio Conte is coming home, Josh.
Oh my god. And he's gonna win the league. Yeah, what face is he? He's gonna win the league with McTominay and Billy Gilmore and Philip Billing, mate. And all these.
I didn't get that, bro. I didn't get that, bro. You said what?
Well.
What did you say?
He managed to win his semi-final.
Oh.
Conte's going to win the league with Napoli, and he's going to go to you and win the league with Juventus and the Champions League with Juventus, Gio, ain't he?
No Champions League. No Champions League. First is the league, bro. First we gotta win the league, then we win the Champions League, bro. That's how it's supposed
Bro,
to
you
be.
ain't winning no Champions League, bro. You get to the final and bottom.
Come on, guys. Come on,
Nah.
guys. Come on, guys.
Oh,
You're
Liam,
not talking. You
Liam.
lost to our rivals, Liam. All right, you lost to those Inter bums. All right. I don't wanna hear that.
What?
The only
Guys,
the only way
guys.
Juve can win the Champions League is if another Calciopoli scandal starts again.
Oh, here we go. Let's talk about it.
Come on,
We
guys.
got 2 UCL.
Oh,
You guys got what? Still 0.
Oh, my God.
Listen,
guys,
I want a
guys,
banner.
guys.
Bastardo! Pezzo di merda!
I'm actually surprised that he knows what that Josh. Did he teach him the words?
I'm not
Fanculo!
talking. This guy's been learning Italian,
No,
man.
Assassin's Creed taught me the words, my brother.
Assassin's Creed.
No,
guys,
big up, Alfie. Oh my
guys,
gosh, big up, bro.
guys, for you guys, the second leg of the Champions League is going to be very, very interesting. I know it's going to be very interesting, but
Yeah.
Arteta needs to take one or two few points out of this first leg. And what are those few points? One, his game management, right from the start of the match to the. Okay, guys, imagine if he had a good game management and the game ended in a draw, it probably a ball draw 0-0. It would be so good. Yeah, because we could still go there, get a goal before them as well. But now they have a goal before us. So his game management and his going approach in the next leg is going to matter a lot. And we're not going to have a big plus because we now have one player back, which is Thomas Partey, whom everybody has been clamoring for. We all know that all Arsenal fans around the world notice the fact that Thomas Partey was missed in the middle of that pack. Why? Because of that ball transmission from defense to attack. He has that. You give it to him about 90%. He has that. Now, if I were Arteta, in my next match, Thomas Partey, I repeat again, I would not want to have a fast game with them at PSG. What I would do is try to stabilize that game within 10 minutes. And I tell my players, let's look for that one goal deficit within the 20 and 30th minutes. These things are game management. We have seen how football matches run. From the first minute, you don't expect players to live up to expectation or live up to their pace from first minute to 30 minutes or 40 like that. These things are game management.
Yes,
He
bro.
needs that game management in the second phase. I don't know how he's going to do that, but if I were him, like I'm saying, I would not want to rush for that early goal. No, I want to get the grip of the game, take the ball to them,
Yeah.
and then make that my positions off the ball. When I'm off the ball, I'm doing things so critical in the game that will give me that game. Your attitude or your actions off the ball is very important.
Yeah.
When you're not in position of the ball, how do your players rally around the players that are with the ball to get the ball back, even when the ball leaves there? That second third, who is going to get that ball? Who's going to get that ball after that ball is been? Those are the things he needs to work on. I noticed some very, very salient points today in the match. I noticed a lot of them. There were some times when the ball was begging to be handled by an Arsenal player, even in their own final third.
Yeah.
It was not there.
Yeah,
Two or three
bro.
occasions. And if Partey was there, he has that kind of Even if Partey does not take a direct shot, Partey can hold the ball. He has the ball, hold the ball, he brings it back out of the 18, and we start the attack again, maybe from the left wing or the right wing. But those things were so missing today.
Yeah, bro,
I just hope,
100%.
I just hope we do well in the second leg. But
We
I
have
believe
to save our season,
yeah.
man. This is all we got left, bro. We have to.
Yeah.
This is what we got to win this season for Arteta as well, bro. He's got to win the
No,
Champions League.
no, we will. It's ours. It's ours, bro. It's ours. It's ours,
I
guys.
really
It's
hope
ours.
so, bro. I
No,
really
no,
hope
no,
so.
no. We'll get it. We'll get it. See, just back to this 29. This by my time in Nigeria, this 23 10 hours. Guys, we'll get this. We'll get it done in PSG in Paris. We'll get this done. I can show you guys that. We'll get this done.
I'm hoping and praying.
Yeah, we'll get it done.
Yeah, definitely.
Let him let Arteta just go home. Pick some salient points from this match, particularly his game approach, his game management from the onset. In fact, the game management was so poor, brother. It was so poor. I expected at 60 minutes at this level of the game. Oh no, Liz Kelly was good. Liz Kelly was that guy. That guy is perfect. In fact, he has a mind of a lion. So he always wants to get involved in the game. Go,
Yeah.
that guy is so. Bring him on back. Then Timber. When Timber is coming back, Timber needs to know how to do because I believe he's going to face that same guy, that former Napoli player. He's going to face that guy.
Yeah. He's good.
He's going to face him again. And while facing him, for me, the club I actually coach, what I tell them is make sure you get in front of the ball before. Make sure you get in front of the player before the ball. Just get in
Yeah.
front of that player. If the ball is calling, get in front. Agitate him. Get in front of him first. Try to get in front of him first, and win that ball first. Anticipate every ball coming to him, and you're good. If you can't take off the ball off him, the throwing is good. Take it off there. We recoup, and then we start again. That's it. His Arteta's game management. I want to tell this guy. His game management cost us this game today. His game management was so fucking poor, very poor.
Yeah, it was,
Sorry.
bro. It was atrocious, man. It really was. It really cost us. But let's do some player ratings. We'll start with and Gio, because you watch the game, you can join in if you want as well. This, my friend.
Yeah.
But we'll start with Raya in goal. I thought he made a good save. Was it from who the hell? Dewey? I think he made that really good save.
Good.
Yeah.
Doing.
But yeah, I mean, probably overall give him a 6 today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do a whole lot wrong, to be fair to him, so I'll give him a 6. Although the save, I mean, he couldn't really do a whole lot about the goal, did he? So, I'll give him a 7, actually, because of the save. Like, that he probably kept us in the game. Or the tie, should I say.
Yeah, Alf, what'd you make of him, bro?
I'd probably go with a 6 as well. Fair enough, it was a good save from Fabian Ruiz, from Doué, but at the same time, he could have easily caught it, in my opinion. But if he did catch it, then Fabian Ruiz doesn't get that chance and he doesn't hit the post. But apart from the save, I can't really see much else that he did. So I'd probably give him a 6. I kind of wish he'd stay on his line a bit more because with the way he stays off his line, we're so susceptible to players just thinking it over.
Yeah.
You'd think he would have learned this mistake.
Tried it, I think, in the second half.
Kvaratskhelia tried it. You'd think he would have learned from the mistake with Mateta.
Yeah.
That stay on your line. I understand you want to get involved and it might be boring being a goalkeeper, but at the end of the day, you're meant to keep the ball out of the net and you can't do that if you're not on your line. So for me, it's a 6.
Yeah.
I don't think he could have caught the save, to be honest, because I think he was wrong-footed at the time, from what I saw anyway.
Yeah. Gio, what'd you make of Raya, bro?
Yeah, I mean, other than that save, I mean, he wasn't involved, in terms of I think listen, there wasn't really that much like he couldn't do anything about that goal, and that big save, and I agree with Alfie. He could have saved, I think, in terms of that.
Yeah.
But for me, it's gonna have to be a 6. It's gonna have to be a 6 as well. I agree.
Sam, what out of 10 would you rate Raya today performance?
Okay, Raya, right? Honestly, that save, he got off the foot of what's the name of that guy?
Yeah.
That save was just taking the knife out of the neck of after the neck of Arsenal, man. That
Yeah.
save was top class. That save was top class. Like Raya, and there's something about Raya. I think the Arsenal team or the coaching board likes Raya is like in the 11 players in the pitch. Raya is like the 13th man because he's very good with the foot. And when I was watching the game, some of my friends were like, "Why do we keep taking the ball back?" I told them that games are built from behind, and the essence of building game from behind is just to create confidence. When you give the ball to a keeper,
Yeah.
and then the keeper gives to his right back, his left back, his left full back, he gives to his his center back, and the ball comes back to him. It creates some kind of confidence. It's just all about building the game from behind with confidence. It comes from the behind. It comes like that. When you build games from behind, it means you have that game in charge.
Yeah.
This, these are the things coaches like Pep Guardiola believe in. That's why you see them playing three-man defense. The keeper is the fourth man somehow.
Yeah.
The keeper is involved. You give he plays with the three persons behind. Before you know, the boy is transmitted to the midfield and everything. So our keeper was good. Raya was so good. Like if that goal had gone in, guys, maybe we would have been saying it's even before the second leg. But that save was needed. It was not top notch and at the right time. So I think Raya was good. It was so good, so good,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm just trying to watch this save back again. Not the first one, but the second one. When Ramos hit the bar in the second half.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out whether or not he actually touched it.
Oh.
I actually don't know. If he's actually touched it, then he's probably kept us in the tie there twice, I'd say,
Yeah,
in the game.
yeah, he did. Okay, come and go. You mean the other save from who? From which of the safe are you talking about? Which of the saves are you talking about, bro?
The Ramos one where he hit the
Yeah,
bar.
Yeah.
at the crossbar.
The bar. Yeah. It seems he had the ball hit the neck of his gloves. I think so. If you look very well, I think so. I think so.
Yeah. Let's go to Timber, our right back today. I mean,
Timber was
Yeah.
Timber was
Mm,
Timber was
First half, it was
Timber was
well,
woeful.
Timber was
Timber was woeful.
it was a bit shaky, wasn't he? Second half, he wasn't too bad actually. He was actually trying to get forward.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
he's
In the
trying to
first
get
half, he was
forward.
woeful.
He's trying to get forward, but I don't know, man. I think that
He
was one of
wasn't
his
the worst
worst
player on the
games.
pitch,
He
but
weren't, but he
Kvaratskhelia
weren't.
had his
and
number
he
at
wa-
the
and
time.
he was lucky with that arm extension that they didn't give that a penalty too.
Yeah,
I
Remember
very
that?
don't think it
lucky.
was a. I don't
Very
think it
That
was a
was
lucky.
very
penalty.
lucky, bro.
Do you guys thought that was a pen then on Kvaratskhelia?
When there's
Ah,
so Josh, when
bro,
there's 3 players on one guy and the guy beats all 3, and you
that
True,
was a
extend
true.
your
pen, bro.
arm in the
That was
box
a fucking
right
pen,
in front
bro.
of the referee, that's I think it's a pen. Honestly, it could have been a pen.
That's a pen. That's a
I
pen,
think
bro.
if
That's a
he,
pen.
You think
They're
it was
just
a
I
so
pen?
think if he
fucking.
grabbed hold of Kvaratskhelia just, I'd say a millisecond further, then I think, yeah, I would have said penalty. But
Yeah.
because he sort of released his arm
Mm-hmm.
the moment he got past Timber and I can't remember who else it was. Put it this way, 3 players were around him and he managed to get past 3 of them. Timber pretty much extended his arm on his chest, and he pulled it away. And to me, it sounded like when you look at his body language when he went down, I'd say it did look like he went down too easily. I can't lie.
Guys, I just have to be candid with you guys. If this match was to be in the Premier League, believe me, that would have been a penalty.
Yeah, I was going to say, in the Prem, that's given.
Oh, yeah.
In the
Yeah,
Prem, they give that foul.
yeah, that would have
I
been a
mean,
penalty.
because he beat 3 players. That's what I'm saying. He beat those 3
Yeah.
players. Like I
And there was
expect
contact.
something.
And
And you're
yes,
exactly there was contact.
yeah, there was contact. And Timber just left him. Timber removed his hand wrapped around him when he knew that. My hands are on this guy. You know, in fact, the referee was so professional enough not to spoil that match as at that point. That was why I think that penalty was not that challenge on Merino's also was not given to us because it was been looked into. So I think it was even at that point it was even. Everybody had that. It was even. So, but for us now, in our own box, that was supposed to be a penalty. And guys, believe me, that was supposed to be a penalty. We were just so lucky, so lucky.
That's why I think Timber, in my opinion, was one of the worst with Martinelli up with Martinelli for sure.
Timber was so woeful today, especially from the beginning of the match up to like 22, 23, 24, 5 minutes. He was so woeful. It seems like the match took over him, and that was what happened. The pressure of that match took over Timber, and before he could get himself, he landed himself in a yellow card, and that made him more worse and careful. He was so careful. There was a particular ball he was supposed to win, but he just left it. I watched the match very well because of the card on his head. He didn't want to make any more mistakes. I watched it. He just left the ball, and thank gracious God, we got over that. You understand? But Timber, I think Timber has been good, both in our league games and everything, in Champions League. But for this one here, it was woeful. But I think the coach needs to talk to him more about some certain things, particularly his positioning when it comes to players with a quick foot and players that can juggle the ball very well. They
Yeah,
could give him
definitely, man.
real
Definitely.
problems. They could give him real problems. And you know, Timber is a guy that usually falls into the midfield sometimes. Each time the game is free, you see him coming to the midfield. Same thing with Risteli. They drop deep sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes when the game they were drop deep. But you see today, they couldn't drop deep in the first half. But in the second half, they started coming into the midfield somehow.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Yeah, Timber for me, I'll give him a 5 today, personally.
Yeah, I'll give him 5 as well.
5.
4. Give him
4.
a 4.
Yeah.
Because he could have cost the game. If that was a pen, he would have cost the game. I'm telling you.
Of course, he would have cost the game. He would have
Yeah.
cost the game without. Yeah.
That's why I'm giving him a 4 at least.
What'd you give Timber, man?
Yeah, I'd probably give him either a 4 or a 5. I think, like Sam said, I think he let the game get the better of him tonight. I think he let the importance of the game get to his head a bit. You could see in the way that he was playing, he was a bit ragged, a bit agitated, which was understandable, but at the same time, I think he got away with one for that foul on Kvaratskhelia. So I'd probably go with a 5.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough, man. Saliba tonight, guys.
Um,
Thought it was all right. Thought it was all right.
yeah, it was all right. Obviously made that vital challenge in the second half.
Yeah, he made a really good challenge, didn't he? Yeah.
Very good one. Very good challenge in the second half. Very good challenge.
Yeah.
Very-
I don't think he could have done. Could he have closed down Dembele for the goal? I don't know. I think that is a combination of, the midfield and.
I'll probably go 6 for Saliba.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll give him a 7 because of tackle. To be honest.
Yeah, it's a big tackle. Big
Yeah,
tackle.
I reckon he was one of the few players that can leave
Yeah.
with his head held high. To be honest.
Yeah.
6.5 for me for Saliba.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, that tackle was crucial. Because Hakimi was like already in on goal, and you never know. So, yeah, for me, Saliba, he's the best defender you guys have.
Yeah.
Along with Gabriel, which he's injured, but Saliba, without him, it could have been a lot worse, most likely for Arsenal. So, I'm giving him a 6.5.
Charlie, you there?
Yeah, I'm in, mate. How are you?
Other than the result, I'm all right, mate. What about yourself? I mean, where'd you watch the game? You went in. You didn't go to the game. You watched.
Nah. I watched it nearby. What was
Nearby,
the atmosphere at the stadium like? We couldn't hear it because they turned down. Was the atmosphere good or not? What was that tifo, by the way? I want to bring that up.
It was absolutely.
Why the fuck? Can I say something about this? Why did they reject that? Yeah, and then they go and pull off something like that. It made us look well, Tim Pot. It did.
Yeah,
PSG,
it looks like a fucking tea towel, bro.
Watch PSG next week, what they bring out.
Yeah.
But it was a disappointing result. That first 20 minutes was just, honestly, it was like Menvy boys. We couldn't get near them. But, yeah, we still got a chance, but it's going to be hard now. I can't lie. Very hard.
Yeah. So, do you think it's done?
No, I don't think it's done. All it takes, mate, is one early goal there next week with that level. But if they score the first goal, I think it could be that, to be fair. But I'm still believing that we can do it, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard.
I mean, you saw their fans for the game, didn't you, Charlie?
Oh, mate, their fans are quality. Honestly, I heard them. Yeah, I thought, where's that coming from? I turned around, and there was about 1,000 of them, like behind the barrier. Like as I was wondering, where are they? Mate, they were quality. Fair play to them. What were they like during the game? Because I saw them all game bouncing up and down.
Yeah, they're incredible, man.
Lively as anything.
Yeah.
Fucking Expressions was in the PS3 crowd, bruv.
Honestly,
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, man, that little joker, mate. What the hell?
the PSG fans were amazing. The guys, the PSG fans were amazing. They kept on that belief even to the last minute. You could see them.
Our woeful semi-final record continues, Josh.
Yeah.
Our semi-final record, last few years has just been embarrassing. Europa League semi-final, Carabao Cup semi-final, and then tonight. But it ain't over yet, but it's going to be hard, you know what I mean? Very hard now.
We're going to get back to this, guys. I believe. We're definitely going to get back to this in the second leg. I believe, guys. I believe.
Yeah, I do as well.
I believe.
Yeah.
We'll definitely. Yeah, we will.
But we're just doing player ratings, Charlie. We're on Kivior now. I mean,
he got bullied, didn't he?
He got bullied, bro.
He got bullied in the first half.
Keyword should be sold to QPR. Anyway, he actually did his best today.
No.
How many times have you gone back?
And my club wanted Kivior, bro.
Take him.
Take him. No, never.
Josh, I had a Polish idiot ask me about Kivior as well.
Gio, if you guys can give us 15 million for Kivior, we'll take that. No problem.
Nah, I'm not spending a penny, bro. Get out.
Why not?
Why not? Because he's shit.
Can't do worse than Bremer.
What? No, not Bramer, bro. Come on, bro. Come on.
I mean,
Bramer
I mean,
is
he's
good, bro.
pocketed Mbappe, so
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, come on.
Yeah.
Mbappe. Come on. Come
Guys,
on.
this guy, I've said they were.
Madrid is not the same Madrid as we all know, bro.
True.
Yeah. But Kivio, what are we giving him?
5.
5.
Maybe perhaps
Same.
4. I don't know.
4.
5 is generous.
I should give him a 0.
No, I don't think it was awful, but
Nah,
he was pretty
I think
poor today.
at least a 4. Yeah, at least a 4.
Yeah, fair enough. 4. I'll go with that as well. Yeah. Anyone else? Charlie? Alf?
I'll go 5, mate. The whole team.
Yeah. 5 for me.
Backwards, sideways, all evening. All
Yeah.
evening.
Skelly for me was our best defender in my opinion tonight.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
argue he was our best player.
One of our best
On the
players,
night.
yeah.
I'd
definitely.
say 8.
Yeah, I'll go with that as well. He actually was fired up for it, to be fair.
8 for me too. Skill, oh man, especially on I think it was on Due when he tried to do like one of those it was like one of those tricks that he was doing with the ball, and Skelly like he resisted and ended up being a foul in favor of Arsenal. So yeah, no, for sure 8 for me, man. He was top notch.
Yeah, I'd probably go with an 8, in my opinion. Best defender. Had the actual attacking intent that we expect from him. Like I said before, I think it would have been a much better decision at half time if we would have moved into the midfield, played Tierney at left back in the second half. But yeah, for me, Lewis Skelly was incredible tonight for what he could do. And I mean, the guy at 18 years old, he plays like a 30-year-old. He has that much confidence in his play. He knew what it meant to pull on the Arsenal shirt tonight. I just wish a couple of the other lads knew the meaning as well.
Yeah, facts, 100% agree. Right, midfield now. Fuck's sakes, Odegaard.
0. Odegaard again.
Yeah, 0.
This guy fucking stunk up the gap again.
When you need your captain the most, by the way, this was the moment to save the season.
I'll tell you what, guys. I would blackmail him into fighting the gorilla, to be honest, after that performance. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I mean, and not just that, but for him to be the captain, bro. For him to be the captain.
For me, I would play him against Bournemouth as a punishment for being shit all season. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean, I've liked him for 2 seasons, but this season, how can anyone justify him? Just how? The injury was back in November. Oh, he's sick. I'm sick and tired of these excuses. Right, you saw when we conceded. The camera panned over to Declan Rice telling everyone to calm down. Where's our captain?
Exactly.
I mean, I can't even argue with a 0, can I? I just can't defend him.
0. 0 for me as well.
I mean, how can you give him more than that when he lost possession 14 times, somehow stayed on for 90 minutes? I mean, for me, Waneri should start in the second leg. And I said this before the bloody
Even started,
first leg.
yeah.
For God's sake, I said he should start.
Yeah, you did.
And everyone was like, oh my God, you don't know what you're talking about, dude. Trust me. Right, when Villa did it, they had Morgan Rogers, who's one of the best ball carriers in Europe. And they managed to score 3 goals from it. Yeah, they didn't get through, but they still scored goals against this PSG team. We needed to score goals tonight. And Waneri would have been key to that. But no. This is where the stubbornness of Arteta kicks in. Not taking off Odegaard when he's pretty much hooked him. How many times now? How many times has he actually hooked Odegaard after a stinker like that? Nah, awful, man. 0.
Yeah, 100%. There's no argument there. Rice.
I think he should have done better with the goal, but he was, again, for the rest of the game, not too bad actually.
Probably give him a 7.
He was
Yeah.
trying. I'll probably give him a 6, because he should have done better for me. He should have been covering Dembele. In fact, no, not like that. He should be marking Dembele. That's the right terminology.
The thing is, our midfield got cooked. I'll be honest with it. Like you had Vitinha. Vitinha got man of the match, by the way. You had João Neves, who was he's so underrated. He looks a baller. You had Ruiz, who was just getting the ball and just doing his thing. And Rice couldn't do it all by himself. He missed Party there as well. I think Marino should have played up front, in my opinion. But he get onto him in a minute how he played. But yeah, Rice. Party's a fucking massive miss, man. You should still go back to why are you getting that yellow card. So stupid, man. Because you would have been key for this game. But yeah, Rice 7 for me.
Yeah, and also another thing as well about Ødegaard, right, is I feel like this summer is further proof why we need a flipping midfielder, because I'm just seeing an image on screen now where, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players doubling up on Saka. Now that is the consequences you face when you have nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
So that's what we need. Game changes in the midfield. You can create something out of nothing instead of just relying on Saka, who's been out for 3 months, to create everything for us. So
exactly. Marino, what do you rate him, guys? I thought it was all right, to be fair.
Yeah, considering it's not even his natural position, right? Season, it is, but you know what I mean. He's not played midfield many times this season, and he's still offered more than Ødegaard did.
Facts.
So I'd say 6 for him as well.
Yeah, I say 6.5.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the 6. If the goal had counted, I'd probably say either a 7 or an 8, but a 6.
Yep.
For Marino.
Saka, I thought was could hold his head up higher, really. We only
did what he could.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7 as well.
Yeah, 7 for me.
Yeah, 7's all round.
Trossard, fucking hell, mate.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
I think Ødegaard was worse, but...
Ødegaard was worse, but Trossard wasn't that far
he
away.
gets a 1 for just being there.
Yeah. Jesus
he might as well have been sat in the stands, to be honest.
He was atrocious, man.
He might as well have been holding up the shitty tifo, because that's what he should have been doing.
Yeah, that tifo was this. I can't even lie. For a Champions League semi-final, mate.
The worst thing about it is the Ashburton Army raised 10 grand to put on a display.
Yeah.
The club cancelled it.
I know. They was going to do that massive poster. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
It looked sick, bro.
Rip off.
They could put our flipping that. But yeah, Trossard, I agree. 1. Fucking dreadful.
Yeah. 1. Yeah, at least a 1.
And even that's generous.
Yeah.
Should be a 0. Oh, no, not Martinelli.
I don't think Martinelli was on the same.
Annoying.
Yeah, on the same par as Ødegaard and Trossard, but I'll give him a 4 because of the missed chance in the first half. Well, at the end of the first half, where that could have easily changed the game, and then that attempt where Neri
skied it.
Jesus Christ!
I was like out of the football stadium.
That was like when Partey tried shooting against Southampton.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But to be fair, that wasn't needless, was it? Like, he was on the edge of the box. He had every right to shoot, but
yeah,
the guy just... How do you expect to know where the goal is when your head is down most of the time?
Yep.
So,
exactly. The subs, guys...
how do you even rate any of the subs?
You can't.
How can you
can't
first
rate
the
them,
83rd
You can't give Wanyeria a rating because he only had 5 odd minutes.
Even though he came on a set out for Martinelli.
There was 0.
If I was him, I would go out on loan, to be honest. Although
Yeah.
Ødegaard should be the one that has to be shipped out on loan, but
Why is he not playing 1 year? It does not make sense. Did 1 year even play against Palace? No, he didn't.
No.
He
He didn't
didn't.
even come on. I don't
He didn't even
think.
come off the bench, mate, against
Oh
Palace.
no, he did. Sorry, he came on in the last 5 minutes. My bad.
Exactly. Like, what is wrong with Wanyeri?
That's the thing about these coaches I don't understand. Is that
Yeah, I mean, like this.
like
This is what I don't get about this whole concept, this whole narrative about injuries have killed us. If it wasn't for injuries, Wanyeri and Lewis Skelly wouldn't have been integrated in this team
That's
in
the
the first
thing.
place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So why on earth are we making this excuse about injuries have ruined us? No, they haven't.
They haven't.
Right, Lewis Skelly and Wanyeri wouldn't be getting first team minutes. So you can't then
Exactly.
spin that around and go, but no.
I just don't get it.
Keep the
brother.
same energy in it. It's just
Mm.
I don't understand, and all these fans, not just Arsenal fans, but most neutral fans, going on about, we don't care about Liverpool winning the league. Well, I do,
Yeah.
because guess what? I wish it was us.
Yeah.
It should
I
have
wanna
been
be
Arsenal for
celebrating the
so
Premier
long,
League, for
man.
God's sake.
How many guys
I'm
have you
still
guys gotten
hurting.
second? You guys gotten second so long, like for years consecutively, man. Like
Yeah.
if my team got second for so long, I would be so pissed. I'd be like, get everybody out, even including the management. I'm not even kidding.
It's the same mutants. It's the same mutants that were saying, it's boring watching Man City win 4 in a row every fucking season.
Nah, it's boring.
And I want to change the narrative.
But they're
like,
enjoying
now it's
it.
Liverpool.
But they're enjoying it.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is what I'm saying. They've won the Premier League, and we've come second potentially. We might not even finish second this season. That's the
Mhm.
that's the weird thing. Like that they want to build up their Twitter accounts with these memes about three-peat of finishing second place. We might not even finish second place for
Yeah.
God's sake.
Yeah.
So
But that it
I
goes
don't know,
down on the management.
I don't know, but when it comes to Plan A, when it's working with Arteta, brilliant, right? But when it
He
comes
has
to
no
Plan
plan
B,
B.
push comes to shove, you need to produce them remontadas. I mean, he's just utter clueless.
Yeah.
And yes, you don't have anything on the bench, but like, this is what you served us up with, £750 million deep.
Exactly.
I mean, it was your choice to bring in Sterling on loan. It was your choice to not sign anyone in January. And from what I've been hearing this whole time, like, he's been offered players and he's refused them. He's like, nah, these are not the
sake.
sort
And
of
where's
players I
the
want.
big striker? Where's the big striker?
Yeah, we could have got
How many
We've been
years have you
waiting since
guys, you've
2022,
been waiting?
mate.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But that also blame that on the management. The management, listen, it's not just the coach. It's also the management, if you think about it. Because the management is also the one that's also with Arteta. They're the ones actually that are keep believing in Arteta. If you don't win the Champions League, you're not going to win nothing.
Exactly. Again.
Yeah, I just want the manager to go bold for once. Not literally,
It's just like
but
look at your weaknesses, and you get the replacements. You get those guys to build your team. This is what you need to do. Well, Arteta is saying, is like, brushing off all these players, but even though they could, bolster your team.
that
doesn't make any
video as
sense.
well was an embarrassment as well.
Oh yeah.
Before the game.
Oh, the press conference.
Make it happen. Bring your shorts.
Oh yeah.
Bring your boots. Bring your shirt.
Bring your boots. And I'm like,
Guys,
fucking
I
hell.
mean,
You set us all up.
Man, for
You
him just to
brainwashed
mention
most of us as
that.
well.
I mean, Josh, for him just to mention that, and then all of a sudden put up this type of performance in front of the home crowd, that is crazy.
Not only that, does he know how much we despise full kit wankers as football fans?
Bring the shorts.
You know what I mean?
So it's gonna. Luckily, nobody has actually pointed that out that he actually said that, because I don't think there's any memes yet, but
Oh, there will be.
yeah,
It took a while for the memes to filter down when he turned around and said, "Over my dead body that we're out of the league race." Took a while for them means to filter down.
He said, wait, he's no.
Yeah, and now he's rotating, playing single fit.
Man, Josh, if I was in management, I'd be like Arteta gone at the end of the season, man.
Yeah, Juventus would be though, wouldn't they, man?
No, but that's what the winning team is, man.
You man sacked Motto in his
can't
first
say-
season, bro.
No, but you know why? Because he you know what Motto even said, and you should watch his press conferences. You guys would be like, he actually said that? Like, I had to watch and I had to listen to it in Italian, and the way that he was saying it, like, I'm like, there's no, like, no coach would say that. No winning coach would say that. That we're out of the Scudetto race, we're out of the title race. No, Juventus is never out of the title race. You don't do that. You never say that. You keep going until the end, man. But this is the thing. This is where the management is at fault. This is why I'm blaming my management, Josh. This is why I've been saying everybody from Giuntoli, everybody from on top that's on the management, Elkan, that's the owner, they all gotta go.
Yeah.
We need to start fresh. Bring in people that know the club, that that experience the club, that have heritage within the club. For you guys, who do you think would be a good replacement in terms of the meaning of Arsenal, right? Something special. Bring somebody that went to that final in 2006.
Yeah, exactly. Facts.
Because
I mean, like, put it this way: I've always said that. Look, he's got to go at the end of the season if he doesn't win anything. But if he then doesn't get sacked, then it's not his fault because he's pretty much proved me what he is. So I'm pretty much if he was not going to win anything and he doesn't get sacked in the season, which of course he won't, regardless, then I would probably target the owners.
Yeah.
Rather than the manager.
Exactly.
To be honest, I'd lay off him because it's not his fault.
Now there's also rumors about Inzaghi.
Because at the end of the day, this is not his process; it's the Kroenke's process.
Yeah, no, exactly. But in terms of I think getting over to the next level, Arteta should have done it already. It took how many years has he been in your club? Like what, 5 seasons or something like that?
5 years deep.
5
years deep. 750 million spent, 1 trophy, and that wasn't even with his team. That was an Emery side that he won the FA Cup with.
He didn't even spend a penny.
But that's what,
in the January
like seriously, and not just that, but whenever you guys sign players too, I'm like, why is Sterling going to Arsenal? Why is all these guys, these garbage players, going to Arsenal? They're not going to bolster your club.
We've become a mental health home for washed up players.
Yeah. No. Listen,
we've become a home for players that walk in with a sign on their back that says "Save me." Willian, Havertz, Sterling.
Yeah, but no, and you know what the crazy thing is?
Want to be a family, guys?
What is this, Fast and Furious? I'm expecting Dom Toretto to pull up and be like, family.
That's one of the best analogies I've ever
gosh. No, but I mean,
Fast and Furious.
That's crazy. Oh my god, Fast and Furious. No, but this goes. If Arteta, listen, the next guy you have to look is you need to look for a winner.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
You look for Inzaghi. Even though I don't like the guy because he plays for my rivals, he's a great manager. He's a great manager. And I'm speaking,
I mean, the amount of defenders we've signed as well.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You signed Calafiori. You signed Calafiori for what?
40 mil, yeah.
Where you could have used that money for something else. Right? Exactly.
Like a striker.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, we paid 80 million for Marino and Calafiori, so that money could have gone elsewhere to a striker.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly, man.
People like, and when I see, sometimes I hear also Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, but Arteta's gonna be just like Guardiola." Guardiola was winning Premier Leagues even before Haaland.
He has every right to have an off season.
Yeah,
and even in his off season, he has more chance of winning a trophy. To be honest,
he's in an FA Cup final.
Yeah, and he might win it, and he might actually win another in its worst season. Worst season, right? Exactly.
And they also win a trophy, yeah.
Yeah, without Rodri the entire season as well.
It's-
Still haven't managed to win.
And they're going to bolster for next season. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and this is what worries me. Because other teams are going to bolster their 11, 100%. Chelsea are going to spend another billion. Liverpool, I'm sure, will spend money after they've just won the league. So they're going to be able to attract players. Man City will spend another million. Well, more million, should I say. Who else?
Villa. Yeah, watch out for Villa.
Newcastle.
Villa, I've been impressed. I was impressed. So
if Berta's got a huge job on his hands in the summer. He's not only got to get signings in, get that striker, get that winger, at least 2 attackers minimum, as well as a midfielder coming in if we're letting go of Jorginho. I don't mind Partey staying, by the way. I really like Partey. I think he's a quality midfielder. And then perhaps another goalkeeper because Norbert Neto is going. So we need at least 6 or 7 positions. And obviously Tierney's leaving. So we'll need another left back. And potentially Zinchenko. And Kiwior, perhaps. We'll need another centre back. So we need at least 6 or 7 positions, as well as, contract situations. We've got Saka on the table. That looks like it's going to get done. But we've also got Gabriel Saliba. If we want to keep Martinelli as a squad option, which I would do. Partey. So we've got many contracts on the table.
But this is the thing. Will Arsenal get it right? Will Arsenal get it right? That's going to be the biggest question mark. Because, because you guys screwed up in so many transfer markets as well, in terms of getting the right players. Because you need to make the team balanced, man.
I'm just hoping this ownership. I'm just hoping this ownership has got the balls to give the credit card to Berta and say, you know what you're doing. Go and get who we need. Go and get a striker. And we all know that Berta's got experience buying strikers. Like he spent €5 million on Suarez back in 2020. They won the league that year. Like he doesn't necessarily need to be a flashy name. I mean, fair enough, we all want Gyökeres, but I'm just hoping that the ownership can turn around to Berta and say, here you go. Here's the bank card. Go and get whoever. Show some intent.
I mean, I have seen intent recently from Berta since he stepped through the door. But it's just whether Arteta will go along with that. That's the worrying thing. I know he wants Esco. Berta, as we've seen already, wants Gyökeres.
That's the thing. The management and the coach have to be aligned, bro. Because if it doesn't, it's not going to be aligned. The team won't work because it'll be like, okay, we have what Arteta wants and then we have what Bertz wants. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing that happened with Event. It's going to happen again if it's going to be like that because they have to be on the same page. Josh, I told you this in the beginning of the season about when we did our video together with Motta and Jutli. They were never on the same page, which was mind blowing because I'm like, but didn't you guys like Jutli? It's so confusing the way that what Jutli wanted, and then after that what Motta wanted. Right? It's the same thing that's going to happen with Arteta, but they need to agree. They need to agree what players. And they need to plan it out. They need to plan it out, especially if you guys do not win. Like I'm not counting you guys out of the tie yet, but there's a high chance now because you're going to Paris that you're not going to win nothing again.
I forgot to say as well. Like we need another number 10.
When I saw
I've been banging on about that for ages.
When I saw Arsene
give us Yildiz, Gio, bro.
No. He needs to stay. He needs to stay with Juve, bro. Nah. But no. But when I saw our Arsene Wenger there,
Wenger's watching. Yeah,
I'm like, that guy has won you guys many Premier Leagues. Compete. Let you guys compete. And I'm like, that guy should be in your management. He has heritage in terms of winning. You guys need somebody that has won. And and the crazy thing is, imagine if Inzaghi gets sacked from Inter this summer because they might not win nothing.
True.
Which is crazy, right, Josh?
Yeah, Napoli are top.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to touch on Odegaard again, but I've been watching all these attacking midfielders in Europe this season, right? I look at obviously Vitinha, in the top 5 leagues I'm speaking about. Should we start on the in the Premier League, right? So you've got Eze, you've got Bruno Fernandes, you've got Cunha, you've got who else? De Bruyne, who's on the decline, has had a better season than Odegaard. Who else can you say? I mean, I can't believe I'm struggling because there's been so many midfielders.
Rogers.
In terms of
Rogers.
say again?
Villa.
Oh yeah, Morgan Rogers. Forgot about him. In terms of Europe, you've got, as I said, Vitinha, Pedri.
Yeah, Pedri.
I'd even say, I can't even believe I'm saying this right, but I reckon Fabio Vieira's had a better season. You know, I'm not even trolling. I think he has actually had a better season from what I've seen.
Probably.
Wow.
Or Fabio Vieira on loan. I think he's actually had a better season than Odegaard has, which is crazy to think because I swear he's been injured. He's hardly had a look in, and he's offered way more.
Yeah.
So what is going on?
Mm.
Like he's the type of guy that would go to the gym and only use the facilities, and he's still probably not shit his piss because again, he just doesn't. Always trying to find that loop pass for some reason, which never pulls off. And for me, he's got to make a bold decision and drop him at some point. Because is he just going to? Is he really going to put up with 4 assists and 2 goals?
I think he will
For the whole season. Is he like? When is he going to realise this? Is my question.
I'm sorry.
Probably not.
And this is where, like, he will. I mean, favouring certain individuals is going to cost him his job. Right, Wenger did it towards the end of his tenure.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's got to act. He's got to act in the summer.
Who would you give for the left wing? I know a player that could probably do
Go
well.
on.
Ademola Lookman.
Lookman.
I was about to say Lookman.
knew you were going to say that, bro.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Lookman.
I knew you were going to say that.
However,
He would probably do well.
I've seen today that
Rodrigo, yeah.
Real Madrid are willing to sell him.
Bro. Get him.
Oh my days! Every time I'm looking up Twitter, I see that shit tifo.
Crap,
It's
mate.
winding me up.
In my opinion, now, if I was Real Madrid, I would sell Vinny. But
I mean, Real Madrid have just blocked Ancelotti's move to Brazil.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I've just seen it on Instagram. Yeah.
Why?
No way.
Let me see if I can get it up.
What? So he's staying with Madrid?
Wow.
Breaking news: Real Madrid are now blocking Ancelotti to Brazil as deal can collapse. Despite verbal agreement for 2 days and contracts being prepared, Real Madrid have blocked the move.
Wow.
Who's that from?
Fabrizio.
Well, yeah, it's from Fabrizio.
Yeah.
What the heck?
The Brazilian Federation has no plans to wait
Fabrizio?
for Real Madrid and Carlo Ancelotti. Real Madrid will not pay any exit fee and Brazil will not wait. The deal's now collapsed. Wow. It's collapsed. So ain't going in Brazil. Wow, man.
Wow.
I don't think he'll
Don
stay
Carlo
though.
to Arsenal. Who says no?
I ain't saying no.
I
I
don't
say no. I know Arteta beat him, but
But at the same time, what did he do at Everton?
No, let's not focus on what he did at Everton. Let's focus on more what he did at Chelsea. Like, guy rocked up, won the league in his first season. That's more than Arteta's done.
You know who you need, bro?
Nah, but like, when he was in the Premier League recently, he was shit at Everton. So we don't want managers like that, do
No.
we?
You gotta get Conte, bro.
oh, bro.
Oh.
What did he do at Tottenham?
Hey, but Tottenham's Tottenham, bro. Tottenham's Tottenham.
Yeah,
He's about
Tottenham's
to win the league. He's about to win the
Tottenham's
league. He's about to win the league in Napoli, bro.
Oh my god, I can't believe it, man.
Every single of the
season.
previous Tottenham managers that stepped through the door
Yeah,
and then
Come on.
been sacked has now done better since leaving Tottenham.
mad.
Yeah.
You look at Mourinho, who's in a brilliant position with Fenerbahce. Conte's about to win the Serie A. Nuno's in the Champions League fight. And where are Tottenham? They're 15th.
Exactly.
Yep.
Can I just say, once I do eventually hop off, I'm
Kane's about to win the
definitely watching
Bundesliga,
this
bro.
League Judges fan cam.
Who?
Harry Kane's about to win the
I'm definitely
Bundesliga.
watching this League Judges fan cam.
Yeah, Rory, make sure you watch my match review as well. I go off on one.
Watch
Trust me.
Sharpie's match review.
I go off on one. Like
Can't wait.
and I'll go off on one again next time. If we don't turn up in Paris next week, I'm cooking all of them regardless.
Exactly.
I mean, there might not even be a match reaction on Wednesday if we get knocked out. I might just vent.
Log off all socials.
Yeah.
We got Bournemouth first, no, don't we?
Oh, bro.
Bournemouth.
Oh.
I mean,
If one of your players gets injured, by the
let's be
way,
honest, we don't care about that, do we? Never mind Liverpool not winning the league. Like, does anyone really care about Bournemouth?
See, that's what pisses me off. Like, you look at the past performances we've had in the Premier League. Obviously, we drawn against Everton. We beat Ipswich. Fair enough, they were going down anyway. We drew against Brentford. Drew against Palace. We've made it evidently clear that we're focusing on the Champions League, and then you go and put that Trossard tonight.
I mean, bro, we've gone from 14 FA Cups to potentially 14 draws in the Premier League in a single season.
Well done. round of applause. Fuck off.
I know
Figlio di puttana.
Prestigious trophy. The trophies at the end of the day.
Where's he getting these Italian from, man?
I told you, man. Assassin's Creed. Alta Ezio Auditore.
Hey,
it's like me making a bloody Jamaican on the spot.
Listen, it is what it is.
You see me? You know what I mean?
It is what it is.
What the fuck did this guy? It's Italian from, bro.
Hey, bro.
And he actually says it right, man, which is
man.
Wow. Nah, but big up Shelby.
And I took an Italian class in primary school as well, so
there we go.
There you go.
I mean, unfortunately, I had to learn French at school.
Oh.
I wanted to learn French for GCSE, but I got given Spanish.
Oh,
I would prefer Spanish personally. French.
You know what the crazy thing is?
Well, surely that's a sigh of relief, though, is it not?
Huh?
Surely that's a sigh of relief, though, is it not? To not learn French at this moment in time.
Yeah, no, fuck French. Sorry.
You know, you have to say au revoir. You know,
You wee merchants.
I ain't eating baguettes.
You sacre bleu scumbags.
Okay, blue.
Rory said, "I'm not eating baguettes anymore."
I've got croissants in my kitchen. I might just chuck them in the bin, bro.
Oh,
I mean, but listen, if I was Arsenal, Arteta for me gotta be sacked.
That's what managers.
Yeah, if we don't win the Champions League.
Inzaghi for you guys would be.
Give us Igor Tudor and Javante Gio.
Listen, Arteta's good to rebuild. Arteta's good to rebuild. Understand? Arteta's good to rebuild a team.
Yeah,
he's not going to be able to take you to the next level.
I think if Arteta was to step one foot into Turin and try and take over, he'd get found out. He'd get found out straight away because he hasn't got a plan B.
Even if we do get through to the final, I just think
Alfie, he'll be sacked. He'll be sacked in less than 8 months. He'll probably be sacked in the first 4 months. He'll probably be sacked.
Yeah.
He'd probably be sacked before he's even stepped off the plane.
Oh yeah, no, I'm serious.
Yeah.
That's how but that's how Italy is. You know, you don't perform, especially at a high club, you're gonna get sacked.
Exactly.
Because the fans, we have high expectations. Like we had high expectations for Motta, bro.
Do you know, Gio? Do you know Conceição? Yeah, Milan manager, right now.
Yeah.
Do you know he won against what was it, the Super Cup against you guys?
Yeah.
And he's in the final for Coppa Italia against Bologna, right? Could you imagine if we win both those trophies? But I reckon they'll still sack him at the end of the season, you know.
They are. They still are. Yeah, no, they still are. Which is
if he wins
crazy.
2 trophies, he's gone.
Yep. They said that they already have a manager that's already replacing him.
He's going to win
Oh,
2
Allegri.
trophies.
Allegri's going to replace him supposedly.
He's going to win 2 trophies and he's going to be sacked for that.
Yep. Because of the performances, in my opinion, I'm like, he should stay because it wasn't even his team. Really.
Exactly.
You know?
That's mad. He's been there.
I mean, I guess it makes sense considering they're 9th in the league.
I mean, look, I don't want to get Tottenham into this, right? But I'm hearing like even if Ange wins the Europa League this season, he could still get the sack. Now they may finish 17th.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they could actually have a more successful season than us, which is just mental. It's mind-boggling when you think.
Doesn't even bear thinking about.
If they win the Europa League, I will be in total shock. I'll be in total shock.
I reckon Bilbao will win it though. To be fair.
Yeah, I think Bilbao.
Yeah. They'll have home advantage even if they're the away team.
Oh, I've just seen Rory. I've just seen Lee Judges. His thumb now. He's gritting his teeth, mate. I've just seen it.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching that once I jump off
gritting
here.
his teeth. You know it's bad when he grits his teeth.
Yeah.
Oh my days, man.
Nah, but I mean, Josh, if Arteta does get sacked, you reckon Inzaghi would take over?
Oh, I love that, bro.
I'd take Inzaghi. I'd take Alonso. I'd take
even
Ancelotti.
Even though he's been playing, even though Inzaghi this season, he sort of bottled it a little bit, hasn't he, Gio?
Who, Alonso?
He's bottled it.
Inzaghi.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what the crazy thing is? If you talk, before a big game in terms of the press conference, you already know Coleman's going to strike back, especially with Mr. Arteta, mentioning about the shorts. Before the match, right? So you know what he did, Josh, at the press conference, right? Because there was a reporter saying, "Oh, is the in Italy it's a triplete, right? Is the treble still on, right?" Yeah. He's like, "We are in 3. We did like this with the 3 fingers."
Oh my god!
So now everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, you lost against Bologna and Roma for the Scudetto. You lost against Milan in crazy fashion in the Coppa Italia, and now you're about to play." Bro. Dude, I was watching that and I was actually making my pot of sauce. I was making pasta sauce. I'm telling you right now, I was just like watching the game and I was just smiling, playing some nice music, and I'm like, that's it. Woo-hoo-hoo. That's it.
Do you think anyone would notice if we replaced Arteta with the women's manager for the second leg?
Oh, get Renee in.
Do you think they figure out?
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Yeah,
the
Remontada in Paris. Yeah,
but Josh, if I reckon with Inzaghi, he's won the league already. And he's won cups. He's won cups with Lazio. He's won cups with Lazio, which is a team where I'm like, how are they able to win cups, especially against the Juventus? They beat us. When we were like in our prime. So if he's a coach that can do that, he's a coach that can win. But the question is, will he win this season? Still a question mark for him and for Inter.
I still get Conte, mate. I don't even care.
Yeah, look, lads. Like,
Conte is a rebuild manager.
At the moment, where my head is at with the manager situation, I'm not really thinking about changing the manager right now. Like when we're talking sacking him, because at the end of the day we've got a second leg to focus on. Like that's pretty much all I'm thinking about. I don't give a shit about the Bournemouth game at the weekend. Literally don't give 2 tosses whatsoever. But next week, I mean, that's where I drop my agenda and I support my team for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 120 minutes if it goes to extra time. Because at the end of the day, the tie isn't over yet. Like that's what I will say. The tie isn't over yet, and I think we are capable of scoring. Obviously, with Partey back, Marino hopefully back up front, so we have the license to then go long because we couldn't. We had Trossard through the middle.
Yeah.
So we couldn't beat that PSG press. So
yeah, but PSG. What I noticed about PSG, because I watched a lot of their games this season. With Kvara there, which he's such a good player. Like, oh my gosh. Like, and not just that, but with this kid Due, I don't know if you saw, but he dribbled like 3 or 5 guys, and he I forgot, Marino committed the foul. This guy did like so many tricks. I'm like, is this Neymar I'm watching or something? Like, oh my gosh. Like, it's crazy. but they're playing as a team, which
Exactly.
is something that I haven't seen from PSG
No.
in a while. There's so many egos on the team. We go back even back Zlatan, Cavani,
Cavani,
all egos, all egos. We go back,
Lavezzi.
Lavezzi as well. And then after that we go back with when they was Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, a couple other players as well in that team. Sergio Ramos, all egos in
Yeah,
the locker
Ramos.
room,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Everyone
Now,
was saying, "Oh, this is when they're gonna win the Champions League finally. Look at the team they've got." And then what happened, bro? There's no
yeah,
chemistry, was there?
no chemistry. I mean, listen, they did play well together, but it's just like when it comes to important
Couldn't get
games,
over the line.
they can never get over the line. But this season, they've shown that even if they could lose, they'll come back. And
Yeah.
they'll come back harder, which is crazy to me, especially now that they have also. It's not just Kvara, it's not just Dembele, it's not just
Exactly.
Doué.
Do
It's
it,
also
yeah.
Hakimi, it's also Nuno Mendes, it's also the midfield. It's like I'm
Yeah.
like they don't even need Luis Enrique. Screw that. The whole midfield can control the game and they still win the game. I'm serious. Like the way that they've actually been playing, it's just crazy. And I'm like, how can any team? I think the only team that could probably beat them is Barca at the
Final,
moment.
yeah.
That's the
They
only team that could really beat them.
during the league phase, Luis Enrique dropped Dembele against us for disciplinary reasons, and he turned around
And
and said that's
he's
probably one of the biggest decisions I could have made. Because since then, Dembele's been a completely different player. I mean, you
which is
look at the way he was playing tonight, the fact he was dropping deep, picking up the ball, finding options, and furthermore, you don't give him that much space on the edge of the box because a player of Dembele's caliber is always going to shoot from that position. You
Look,
give him that
this is
space, you give him an inch, he'll take a mile.
This is perhaps what Erdegaard needs.
Drop him for disciplinary reasons. No,
Yeah.
wait, scratch that. Drop him because he stunk out the gaff.
Yeah, well,
But you know what I would do at the weekend against Bournemouth? Most people are saying I would start Winery to sort of
You start Erdegaard. You start Erdegaard.
experiment against Bournemouth to see how he gets on, and hopefully he'll be in the reckoning for the
Second leg.
PSG game on. Is it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday.
Wednesday. Me personally, I would start Erdegaard for almost like a punishment for being shit.
Stick him on the naughty step.
That's what I would do. Oh, here we go.
Of all people,
you should have.
Good job I'm not wearing headphones. Oh no!
You should play my stream.
Be good at headphones. Oh,
Luca, have you met Gio before? Oh no, of course you have. Yeah, we did the Italy. Have you met Alfie before?
Italy.
Gio, I feel for you, bro. I can't lie.
Have you met Alfie before, Luca?
Only on Instagram.
There we go, Luca. There we go. Nice one. Big up. So yeah, we've been going for hours, but
I've just ended it, bro. I wanted to go longer, but my eyes, I kept falling asleep. So.
Okay, Luca. But what you just go on then? Do whatever you want, mate. Go on.
Mate, you should play my stream in the beginning, mate. That explains. But no, I'll tell you.
No,
what,
we're not doing that, thanks.
Disgusting performance. This manager needs to fuck off. I'm sorry. Excuse my language, people.
Here we go.
Excuse my language if I do that. I'm sorry. This time.
Andiamo!
People are saying like people like Molina and Moss think we're going to go on and win the Champions League this season, bro. Like, come on, be realistic, bro. Like, be realistic. Like, people say we were going to win the Champions League this season. Oh, not after that performance. Odegaard, I never want to see this guy play in a football club again, bro. Declan Rice was the only best player on the pitch. The rest were crap. The whole team were crap, apart from Declan Rice. That performance was absolutely disgusting performance. Vitinha and Juan Neves are world-class players. For 19 years old, Juan Neves is a £100 million player, maybe even more. Maybe near enough more than Declan Rice's value, right? Because those two get in the combined 11 over Thomas Partey and Martin Odegaard. Thomas Partey, right? We talk about this. Josh, you said this before on your channel, right? And you've had me on a couple of times. Thomas Partey is our best midfielder. I'm sorry, but without Thomas Partey, we had no steal, we had no mobility. Rice couldn't do anything by himself, right? He couldn't have anything with support. Mika Moreno is better up top, right? Declan Rice was the only best player on the pitch. PSG absolutely outclassed us. It was
Played us off the park.
Played us off the park. It was an easy, comfortable win. And the tie's over. The tie is 100%. And there's nowhere near we are going to Paris Saint-Germain to get a 2-0 swing lead in Paris. The tie's done. But Mikel Arteta should have brought the substitutions a little bit early. He got it all wrong tonight. He got it, mate, he got it all wrong. Ethan Wanieni, a 17-year-old kid, you bring him on in the last second of the game. Like, come on. Like, honestly, Martinelli, poor. Trossard, poor. Odegaard, poor. Donnarumma, right? Donnarumma as a nation. We know Donnarumma very well, bro. And Donnarumma was man of the match for me today. Was man of the match.
Yeah.
Donnarumma was quality, right? Trossardinho, you've got to bury that chance.
Did you never say Trossardinho?
He should be called Trossard Failer Dino, right?
What the hell? That was bad.
Right?
What the hell?
Hey, I'm sorry, Josh, but at the end of the day, Trossard for me, he was shocking, right?
Yeah, he was.
Martinelli, you've
You
got
call him Trossardinho now.
no,
That's what people call him.
Trossard. For now on, I'm going to call him Trossard Fail Dino. For now on,
Trossard failed Dini.
Saka, right, did not look fit. He did not look much fit.
I thought he played well, Luca.
Yes, it was Saka.
Nah,
Saka, I thought Saka played well.
he was shocking.
Really?
Shocking.
I thought.
I think he
What?
did what he could.
What do you make of Skelly?
Skelly got cooked.
What?
No, he did. Come
You
on.
sure? Good. By who?
No. He got cooked, bro.
By who?
They got cooked by the PSG attack. And Julian Timber got cooked by
Okay,
Yeah,
I agree. I agree with Timber, but
yeah,
Skelly
Timber,
was.
yeah.
Skelly wasn't bad.
Skelia cooked Timber in a roast. Timber didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, but Skelly.
But yeah, we're talking about Lewis Skelly.
Skelly was bang average. He was bang average. Didn't do anything special, right?
What game were you watching, Lou?
We were crap the whole game, right?
Lewis Skelly was not crap, bro.
Declan Rice was the only best player on the pitch.
Nah. I'd say Lewis Skelly, Rice, Saliba, and Marino.
Did Luca
Those
watch
are
the same
only-
game?
Saliba kept ball passing the backwards in the first.
But the challenge
The
in the
challenge,
second half.
the challenge was good in the second half, yeah.
Yeah, so he practically kept us in the tie.
Yeah, but the tie's done. The tie's
It's
done.
not done, is it?
There's no way we are scoring 2 in Paris Saint-Germain. I'll be shocked.
Okay, but still, it doesn't make the tie over. We may not win, but it doesn't make the tie over. If it was 2 or 3-0, then yeah, I'd say 100%.
But PSG should have had a penalty from Dembele. That was definitely.
Oh, Luca, you're saying the tie. So, Luca, you're saying the tie's over then.
The tie's done, mate.
So then what? So I guess you won't do any content then.
Well, we will be doing it.
Why?
So what,
Why?
What you say,
But you thought it's
said the
done.
tie's
So there'll be no watch on and there'll be no match reaction then, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I just mentioned it on my stream just earlier.
Yeah, but the tie's done.
The
The
tie-
tie's done.
Do it.
So let me
Content,
ask you this.
content at the end of the day.
The tie.
So-
At the end of the day, the tie's done. Bro.
Okay, let me ask you this then, Luca. Would you start then a rotated team in the second leg?
Oh yeah, definitely. What I would do is
You would play a rotated team in the second leg?
Bournemouth. I'll play a bunch of kids, right? But I don't care about that game, right?
No, in the second leg against PSG, would you go for a rotated team?
Odegaard and Trossard.
No, but
Oh.
would you go for a rotated team? Like a second...
Oh yeah, definitely. This would be my
Against PSG in the Champions League second leg?
yes.
So you're playing Neto in goal.
No. Hold on. I'll play Raya in goal. Right. I'll make 2 changes out of that team. Right. Raya in goal. Right. Timber, Saliba, Kivior. I start Kieran Tierney. over Skelly. But I know he's not going to play. Skelly will play, right?
Yeah, Skelly should play.
Midfield, Partey, Rice, Ethan Wanyeni.
Yeah.
And then up top, I play Martinelli, Moreno, Saka.
Sounds like our best team to me.
Yeah,
Trossard,
Yeah.
better.
Odegaard.
Not a rotated team.
No, I drop Odegaard and Trossard.
But you said you would play a rotated team.
That is a rotated team. Two
It's
changes.
not a rotated team, Luca, is it?
Changes, Rory.
It's not.
Then
A rotated team is where you rotate pretty much every position. And you play, your second fiddle players. Like a Sterling and that.
I play.
I absolutely don't want to see Sterling.
Neto in goal.
If Neto goes in goal, we lose.
Zinchenko at left back. That's a rotated team.
If we play Neto, we lose 6-0. So
Yeah, but you said the tie's done anyway.
I think it is done the way we play today.
So why would we play our first team then?
You might as well play your first team to give it a good go. But the trouble is, if we've got any chance of actually beating PSG, you've got to score the first goal. If they score first, we've got to get 3. And we're not scoring 3 in Paris. Nice did that last week because PSG already won the league by 23 points. Like, Josh, do you think the tie's done? Be honest.
No, I don't.
Why? What makes you say that?
Because all we need is a goal, and then even we didn't edge some on penalties, or if you get an early goal, you never know. And
Yeah, I know.
And the away form's improved in with Arsenal in Europe this season. We went Sporting 1-5-1, PSV 7-1, Real Madrid at the Bernabeu.
But Donnarumma is not going to concede many goals. He's a world-class goal.
That's true.
Well, he's gonna have to if we're gonna go to the final, Luca. Like you can't just write something.
Conceded goals though.
You can't just write something off, Luca, in like the first leg. We got a full 90 minutes to play in the second leg.
Yeah, if we're 2-0 down or 3-0 down, I would probably say the tie's done. But we're 1-0 down.
But I think the tie's done. But let's see what happens. Let's see if Arteta can prove to me. Because if he doesn't prove to me, I already cooked Arteta on my stream earlier, bro.
Of course you did.
Wait,
No, I cooked him in my match reaction, bro. Honestly, I went off on one. Like,
who else you cooked Luca as well in your stream?
I cooked Mel. And everyone.
What?
Mel?
Why'd you cook Mel?
Champions League, bro. She said we were going to win the Champions League, bro.
So how'd you cook her then? What'd you say?
I said to her, right, all these people say to me that, oh, we were going to win the Champions League, right? You're finished, Luca. You're finished. I said it the complete opposite, bro.
Wait, hold on.
Go back and watch it if you want to. You don't have to watch.
After Real Madrid,
I'm ready.
Share the stream.
I'll share it right now on this stream thing here.
After Madrid, right, when we knocked them out, Luca, be honest, right? Did you say we were going to win the Champions League?
Yes, I did.
Yes, sir. There we go then. Fucking hell, Luca. Yeah.
I said it. I said
Luca, you always dig yourself in a hole, man. Every single time.
Whole time, right? The trouble is, right, I said we could win the Champions League.
Right. So why didn't you cook yourself then?
Go into it. Watch the stream back, and you'll know what I say.
So then you just cook Mel.
You've just told us. You've just
Yeah.
told us that you think we would win the Champions League after knocking out Real
Yeah,
Madrid.
but you said the same thing, Luca. So you cook yourself.
I'm not cooking myself.
Yeah, but
Why?
But
Because
you said the same thing as Mel did.
I'm not cooking myself.
Yeah, but you said the same thing as Mel did.
But at the beginning, right? She said we were going to win the Champions League at the beginning. I never said we were going to win it at the beginning. I already said it.
Yeah, but
You just said.
You said it, but you said it anyway.
We weren't going to beat Real Madrid, but we did beat Real Madrid. Then when we beat Real Madrid, my opinion changed. But at the beginning of it, I backed Real Madrid to win.
So now your opinion changed again, and you don't think we'll win the Champions League.
Not after that performance, no.
It seems like pure and utter diversion, if you ask me.
If Arsenal somehow turn this fucking around, we'll win it.
Right.
So now you're flip flopping.
That's not flip-flopping, bro. That's just an opinion.
It is flip-flopping, though.
That's just an opinion.
Look at the
Yeah.
flip flop.
An opinion.
It's a flip-flop opinion.
It's It's like you saying Southend are going to win the playoffs, but they're not going to win the playoffs.
No, it's not. Where Southend got into this?
Yeah, where did Southend come from?
Into this?
No.
Not on about.
Oh my days.
But no,
We're actually in the semis of the Champions League, for God's sake.
Nothing.
Southend are like 8th in non-league, for crying out loud.
7. No, but
Seven.
we have to win it.
Going up.
We have to win it from now. If he doesn't win anything this season, he has to be sacked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I've
Oh,
said it.
yeah.
We agree.
Yeah.
We agree.
Yep.
We agree, Luca.
But you can't just have a go at others then for saying we're gonna win the Champions League and then ultimately
I'm not
divert and say like, oh no,
I'm
now
in point to prove to say right, Luca's right, Luca. I'm not like that, right? Obviously, I want to be proven wrong. I want we all want to be proven wrong. Yeah, we're Arsenal fans sticking through. Yeah, but
yeah.
I want Arteta to achieve something this season, but he's not proving me at the moment. He's not proving us, shall I say, instead of saying myself, me. He's not proving us to get it over the line. And how many times do we have to spend money? Like you think about Tottenham, right? Pochettino got to a Champions League final in 2019. Okay, they didn't win it, but Pochettino, right?
Pochettino, great manager.
Pochettino didn't spend no money for Tottenham. Champions League final.
Didn't he, wait, Luca, that should remind me. Didn't you want Didier Deschamps as Arsenal manager?
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no!
He's got the freaking clip.
That's why we keep receipts, bruv.
You wanted Didier Deschamps as Arsenal manager. I remember that.
I remember like Enrique one time. I remember saying Luis Enrique, bro.
But would
That's a
you
good
still take Deschamps?
Not now, mate.
Nah, man, I'm not taking. I would not even take the chumps, man. I call them the chumps.
You
Why? Look,
okay.
Luca, Jordan is asking you, why do you, Luca, it's not good to do anything like that. You can't even pronounce your Italian names correctly, but you're cooking Mel. Have confidence in your team.
Jordan, you're copying Moscow. You're copying pasting his words, bro.
Bro, he's not even an Arsenal fan.
So, thoughts on that, Luca?
Jordan's a Liverpool fan.
Jordan. I don't know why you asking me that, bro. Right? You're a Liverpool fan. Worry about yourself, Jordan. I respect your opinion, bro. You're a
You
good,
need to pronounce names correctly.
you're a good friend of mine, Jordan. But Liverpool have won the league title, bro. Yeah.
What's got nothing, Luca? What are you talking about?
I know. Where's Pochettino come from?
Rich, I know he hasn't won anything, but the problem is he spent no money compared to Mikel Arteta, and Arteta's not been to a Champions League final in his life.
Yes, but has he won more than Pochettino?
He has,
Yes.
however, he hasn't gone to a Champions League final before.
So you would rather be in a Champions League final than win an FA Cup?
I want to win the Champions League over the FA Cup.
No, that's not what I'm asking, Luca. Would you rather win an FA Cup or reach a Champions League final but not win it?
Win a trophy, bro, FA Cup.
Okay. You're moving the goalpost. So you're saying, oh, but Pochettino got to a Champions League final and then knocking Arteta completely off his perch because he
If you're not
won an FA.
to win the Champions League, and if you don't feel like you're not ready to win the Champions League, you go win the FA Cup. You win a trophy, bro. It's all about trophies, bro. The aim for an elite sport is.
Yeah, I know, but Pochettino don't win anything though. So what's there to brag about a Champions League final when you didn't win it?
He won an Audi Cup, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, fair play.
And that's it.
Oh, he won the French league as well at
Won a cup
PSG.
and a French Cup.
Oh wow.
Well, Rich, how was that?
And
He's cooking himself tonight.
what else?
Mate,
Luca's
Rich,
literally
I
cooking
know.
himself tonight.
Rich, I saw you in my chat earlier, bro. You said the same thing. Josh, should we get the clip up?
What clip? No, because you're gonna promote your channel on my channel, man.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Still promoting.
Basically, the point I'm trying to make, Luca, right? You've been saying this whole time, not the whole time, but after Real Madrid, you said we were going to win the Champions League. Then we lose to PSG. Then you divert to another opinion and say, oh, we're now not going to win the Champions League, and then have a go at others for believing that we can win it. basically.
Yeah, because I want a point to be proven wrong. I ain't saying it in a horrible way.
Look, you were wrong though. You said we were going to win the Champions League. We still could get through against PSG.
Are we going to
In
get
this-
through though? Be honest.
We might.
We've got to really be clinical, mate. We've got to really be clinical, Rory. We've like Trossard, all these players have got to have a go.
Did you think we were going to beat PSG?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah. I didn't expect it was going to be as bad as this.
Okay, but why were you having a go at Mel for believing in her team to win the Champions League? In our team, actually.
Yeah.
She has a title to believe in the team, but she was wrong, bro. She was going to.
So were you.
So were you, Luca?
Bro. For me saying that we're winning the Champions League, why I do the complete opposite then?
No, you weren't. You literally just said you were going to win we were going to win the Champions League after beating Real Madrid.
But she said at the beginning of the season, she said we're winning the Champions League. I said you must be joking. Us winning the
Okay, and did you not say after Real Madrid?
because I really thought we had a great chance of winning it.
No. You said
Go
we were going to win the Champions League after that Real Madrid game. Be honest.
play the clip back.
No, because you keep
We're not.
self-promoting all the time.
It's not copyright, bro.
Luca, you love to self-promote, mate.
It's not copyright.
Yeah. And are we seriously going to sit there and scroll through your entire videos as well just to find a 1 hour, not 1 hour, a 5-minute clip from an hour's stream or a 3 hour?
That Real Madrid game, I said a couple of weeks ago, I said, right, we've got a great chance of winning the Champions League. We're winning the Champions League this season. That is what at the beginning in that quarterfinal, and then after that, right, that PSG game tonight, I thought, you know what, if we play like that, we are not winning the Champions League. Because I said at the start of the season, right, I backed Real Madrid to win the Champions League. I never really thought Arsenal were going to get to a semi-final in the Champions League, right, in a semi-final.
Yeah, okay, nice one.
Oh, I tell you, this is reminiscent back to last season when Tottenham played against Man City, and this guy was playing Tottenham songs before the game on his snap.
Tottenham songs
Right,
on.
then on his match reaction, he was saying, "This fucking fan base on social media."
I can't believe you actually put Tottenham music on.
Through Tom Red.
Tom Red.
This is that all over again.
I can't believe you put Tottenham songs on though.
Did you see my watch along? How many I've got?
No.
There you go. So
go on, find them, Paul.
To pronounce names, Luca.
never mind about pronouncing names about that, Jordan. Jordan. Are Germany going to win a World Cup next? No.
To be fair, they've won 7.
They have.
Sorry, they haven't won 7. I've got fact check. Someone might have to.
This is in the chat, right?
They've definitely won 7 international trophies.
Melina, hold on a minute, right? You said.
Big up, Miss Melina.
Big up. I have huge respect for you, right? And you are a positive fan. But one thing you said, we would win the Champions League, Melina, right? After that, I saw you in your watch along when I was doing my watch along with Taki, right? Until Taki was talking about other bloody things during my bloody.
He likes to go off on a tangent, doesn't he, Taki? I've noticed that.
Oh, I can't stand that fraud, to be honest.
Neither can I.
Do you remember, Rory? Do you remember the last time we was on stream with him and we kept asking him
Arsenal fan.
name 5 games?
I know.
He is a Tottenham fan, bro. You know what I'm saying? He is a Tottenham fan. But anyway,
yeah, I've pretty much blocked him. Although he's probably because he's your idol, isn't it, Luca? He'll set up 5 burner accounts, innit? So I'll probably never be able to get rid of him.
Melina, you keep your opinion to yourself. What you say about my channel, but I can care less what anyone says about what my channel.
But
Yeah, but Luca, I
But
mean,
Luca, I mean, am I speaking 8 languages or what?
Oh my god.
Because, bro, I'm definitely not speaking English according to you. Like, you are saying that we were going to win the Champions League after the Real Madrid game.
yeah,
You literally admitted it yourself, and then you're having a go at Mel. That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah,
He said at the start of the season, we are winning the Champions League.
yeah. Then you said it after Real Madrid. What? Mate, it don't make a difference. You still said it.
Josh, I said that for Real Madrid, but that doesn't mean what I said at the beginning of the season. Right? I said,
How does that make a difference?
I know it doesn't make no difference.
You said it. You said it, Luca, as well, and then you called her out because she said it.
Because she said we were going to win the Champions League.
So did you.
So did you.
Whenever we, a couple of weeks, she says she'll cook me on Twitter if Arsenal win the Champions League.
And you said we'll beat PSG as well.
Tonight. I had to cook her tonight. I did say, I thought we all.
Why'd you have to cook her tonight?
I'm not gonna lie, Luca. You're kind of flip flopping, bro. You're kind of flip flopping. I'm sorry. Hey, listen, amico mio. I want to tell you this in Italian, okay? Please.
Amico mio.
Hey, like you're saying, okay. Listen.
At the end of the day, right? She's titled to her opinion whether she thinks we're going to win. I'm not going to take anyone's opinion, right? Right?
No.
The trouble is, right? Let me finish, and then everyone can, and then I'll shut up for 10 minutes. Yeah. She said we were going to win the Champions League at the start of the season. I said it from when we beat Real Madrid. I didn't think we weren't going to beat Real Madrid. I thought Real Madrid were going to beat us totally because when Gabriel got that injury. And then from there, literally, she said we're winning the Champions League. I'll finish you. Well, what happened to that performance tonight, Melina, then? You weren't in my track tonight.
Yeah, but
there's no difference.
Yeah, but you said the exact same thing. So
there's no difference.
But Luca, what we're trying to get at here is that you said after the Real Madrid game that Arsenal was going to go on and win it, and you just said just now that Arsenal are going to win PSG anyway.
Well, I know.
In my preview, whenever I did my preview or my combined 11 today, I said Arsenal could win the game 2-1. I had confidence going into that game.
Oh, Luca, I'm just struggling to. Why are you even calling out Mel? Like, I don't understand. Because all she said is we're going to win the Champions League.
She tried to cook me on Twitter. I did exactly the same thing. I want a point to prove, bro, innit?
But why are you cooking each other? We're both Arsenal fans. Well, you're both Arsenal fans. We're all Arsenal fans, for God's sake. Why are you trying to cook each other?
That's the fan base, brother.
Gio's loving it as a Juve fan.
Hey, listen, I'm a Juve fan.
I'm loving this as well.
Gio's loving this right now.
I'm loving this, bro.
I don't understand, Luca, because she's had faith in the team and she's backed the team. You cook her. You want to try and cook her.
Not the Gianluigi Buffon.
But then, Luca, you said the same thing after Real Madrid. That we're going to win the Champions League.
It doesn't make a difference. So
why are you trying to cook her? I don't
You're
get
admitting that she was right.
Yeah, but
I know you're saying she's wrong.
Champions League. If she thinks we're going to win the Champions League, fair enough. She's actually having an opinion with a positivity. But I'm not taking anyone's positivity. But I will call it out.
You are, though.
I will end up. Hold on, yeah. I will end up calling it out and saying, after that performance, she said to me, she thinks we'll turn it around. Cool. If you think we'll turn it around, I'll come back next week and see what happens. Come back next week. Because if we don't turn it around, I will be going all in on Mikel Arteta, bro, next week. Next week. I'll shut up for 1 week and I'll shut up.
He's a coward. Big up.
Call me whatever you want. I keep my opinions to myself.
Keep your opinions to yourself.
I don't get it. I still don't get it. Why you call him? Why you call her out for, man? I still don't get it.
Because she thinks we'll win the Champions League, bro.
Yeah, but you said the exact same thing, Luca.
Said the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, but that was my original at the start of the season.
Do you want me to speak Italian?
No, but
because I think that's the only way you're going to understand me. Although I don't know a word of Italian. But I might have to look up Google Translate.
You might have to look up some stuff, bro.
Mate, Josh and Juve Corner can actually speak more than me, bro.
All right.
It makes myself embarrassing, bro.
Okay.
You call me up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. What's wrong
When
with
I
that,
make a
Luca?
prediction,
What's wrong
okay,
with that? I don't
here's the
understand.
thing. Here's the thing.
No, I don't have a problem with you, but I had to call you out because you think we're going to win the Champions League this season after this.
Yeah, we said the
Oh my
same
god, we
thing.
said this like 11
Yeah,
times
no, but
already.
you said the same thing. Okay. Look, listen. There's a thing about saying in the beginning of the season, okay, we'll, either we'll win the Champions League or we won't, right? You said that Real Madrid were going to win the Champions League,
Yeah,
correct? You said that Real Madrid
There you
you're going to
go.
back Real Madrid, right? Now, of course, you're going to back your team if you go far, of course, right? You're going to back your team. But the thing is that when you make a prediction like that, and then you flip it around, it's like a whole different prediction, basically.
It is a bit of a stupid thing to say about a whole flip-flop situation.
It's a flip-flop at the end of the day.
Probably,
It is. It
I
is
tell
a
you what,
flip-flop.
this will be iconic if Mel comes on right now.
mate.
Oh
it
my
might
gosh.
have to be done. It might have to be
Yeah,
done.
That's it. That's it.
Welcome, man.
Panel
Mel,
debate.
you're welcome always.
Panel debate.
Mel's welcome to come on.
Let's
Panel
get
debate.
it. Let's get it done. Come on.
It can be
Come
done.
on.
Alfie, listen. I'm here for it, bro.
Andiamo,
Alfie, I'm here for it, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh my god, man.
Oh my god.
Enrique, that you trying to fix the whole thing there.
I mean,
People think,
Yeah, exactly.
people think, right? You're a league and a wannabe, right?
Who's the league I want to be?
Me in my chat, right? You're a league gunner wannabe. Right? I can't remember who the person was, and I just said,
Name Rom.
nowhere near like him, bro. I have my own opinions.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yo, Josh.
what's he doing it?
okay, now.
You got Mikel Arteta, right? That's what it is. That's what it is, Josh.
Oh my.
This is probably the funniest stream I probably have ever been on. It's so damn hilarious. And I'm not even an Arsenal fan. I'm a Juve fan, bro.
That's cool, bro.
Oh.
But Juve won the Champions League. What phrase are Juve in?
Getting back to winning ways, brother.
Yeah.
Getting back to your winning ways, bro. But it'll come.
Oh my god,
Of course it
Luca.
will.
She's back in her team, Luca, mate. Everyone does it.
That's fine. If she wants to,
Yeah.
I'm not going to stop her from doing what she's doing.
But you
Well,
won't.
you just called her out for it.
Yeah, because
Why are you calling her out?
the Champions League this season after that fucking performance. Yeah, I may have said that we were going to win it in fucking the quarterfinals because I really thought we had a great chance.
So why are you
Okay,
calling her out
yes,
for?
but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
It's like,
This is what Arsenal fans need to realize, okay? You versus a Real Madrid team that was not like any of the other Real Madrid teams that we've seen in the past. Okay, the Real Madrid that we've seen from last season, that not just that, but cooked Man City, went through on penalties, right? Don't forget, in the final against Dortmund, this is not the same team with when they were all gelling together. This was a team that was just mixed with different individual qualities that were like, okay, we'll bring in Mbappe, but he plays on the same side as Vinicius Jr. We'll play Rodrigo at the same time. Guess what? There was this one game, I think it was against Mallorca. The three of them, Mbappe, Rodrigo, and Vinny, were all on the same side for at least 45 minutes. Now, what Arsenal fans need to realize is that, yeah, you might have beaten Real Madrid, but that doesn't mean that you're going to go all the way. It happened with Juve. It happened so many times. And even it happened against Barcelona. In 2017, we destroyed Barca 3-0. And guess what? Real Madrid was waiting for us in the final, and we lost.
Yeah.
And
You might get there.
in that final as well.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Everton were capable of winning the Champions League that year, but Real Madrid, man, they were on a different level. That was Real Madrid.
Yeah.
What you guys versed was like a shadow of Real Madrid. That's what I'm saying. And not just that, but you're versing a really good PSG side. If you don't get it right in the first leg, the second leg, It's like you might as well just pack your bags and not even go to Paris. You know? And I said, this is why I said for Arsenal fans, you guys need to be humble in terms of these stages. Because I've learned, because my team has lost so many finals, in our history. And I get it. You're going to support your team. Go right ahead. That's obvious. I would say the same thing if my team was in the same position. My team would win the Champions League for sure, right? But the thing is, you have to be also logic.
Yeah.
You have to also say, when you're wrong, okay, I was wrong. It's not, for the predictions. Like I said in the beginning of the season that Motta was the right guy for Juventus. Guess what? He turned out to be a total flop.
Yeah.
And I admit it to the whole. I admit it to the whole Juve community. I said, I'm sorry, guys. I honestly thought that he would work out for Juve, and my mistake. And that was the wrong position. And we move on. We move on to the next coach. And that's why it's. But the thing is, it's like when you stay with a prediction, you stay with prediction. Not just that, but you could have those thoughts if you're losing that.
Exactly.
Like, okay, now it's like, okay, we still have a chance, but it's going to be difficult. We have a percentage of going through, but it's going to be completely difficult to go through. And that's what Arsenal is at right now.
Because the thing is, right, after Real Madrid, I said, we have a really good chance of winning the Champions League. Like, who hasn't said that already?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure every Arsenal fan after,
So why are you calling her out? I don't understand it, Luca.
Yeah.
Well, at the end.
and
at the end of the day, go on, boy. Go on.
Yeah, I was just going to say, right, I'm a fan that doesn't really make early assumptions, you know what I mean? I'm not that sort of guy, we're going to win the league, we're going to win the Champions League. I'm almost like, I want to see it to believe it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Luca, Jordan's on the phone and he wants to say something.
Here we go!
Ready, Jordan? Go on, Jordan. They're gonna you on speaker.
Say it.
Do not ever let me hear a name with your mother. Again, brother. I'm going to pronounce Italian bro. Understand? Good. Another man needs to put a notebook, write their name correctly, and write it down. I'm going to learn what I call Melina name. Do not do it, mate.
Say something about do not do something.
He's saying don't call Miss
We're
Melina
going to
names,
get Mel on
Luca.
speaker as well.
Pronounce names.
Italian, bro.
He's saying that you're not Italian.
Right, okay, I have proof.
He's saying you need because you keep calling Mel's name. You keep calling Mel's name, Luca.
Yeah, but I'm Italian, bro. I have proof.
It doesn't speak to you, bro. Do not call her name, brother.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean it, brother. Me listen to you, Luca. Well, sorry, Josh. Continue this with the match review, bro. So I just want to say.
No worries, Jordan, bro. Big up, Jordan, man.
Big up.
See you soon, man.
Big up, bro.
Cheers.
So, how are we supposed to conclude this then? Is there any conclusion?
Luca, someone says, Luca, do you have an English you don't have an English qualification, do you? You call him Mel out for the exact same thing as you.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I do have PTSD, bro. I have proof.
Luca, I just think you do it for clout, mate, personally.
Yeah. Bro, you call out more names.
Oh my god.
Bro, you call out more names than flipping Obama, bro. Like, what is going on?
What's going on is that I want Mikel Arteta to actually go on and win the Champions League, but he's not proving. He's not proving.
Okay, but you said he's going to, so you've been instantly at the moment.
But he ain't.
You're wrong.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna win it now, ain't he? After that performance.
Well, then you're on, then, aren't you?
Yeah, because you said we're going to win the Champions League.
You said we're going to win the Champions League, so you're on.
Wrong. Everybody was wrong.
Okay, so what's the point? I don't get it.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Everybody wasn't wrong yet because remember, there's still 90 minutes.
You said that Arsenal were going to go on and win the Champions League last week.
You might as well call out my Nana's husband for God's sake. She's an Arsenal.
Luca,
he's an Arsenal fan for God's sake.
I'm going to tell you about when 2018. I was watching the game. It was Juve. This is before I didn't have a channel. This was Juve against Madrid. Remember Ronaldo bicycle kick goal?
Yeah.
They won 3-0 in our home. I just was like, it's going to be difficult, but I'm backing my team to go through. I'm going to keep my word. I'm going to say my team will go through. Sure enough, my team showed up in the second leg. We were 3-0 in the Bernabeu. 3-0 up. If it wasn't for that scummy scam penalty in the last minute, I think we could have maybe won it.
Oh, what, when
You know?
Vasquez got pushed over?
Yeah, exactly. You know? And I'm telling you, man, it's just that. But that's the thing. You know, you could say that Arteta, is going to is going to win the Champions League, but you have to keep your word on it. You can't be like, okay, after one bad performance, okay, you could say that, okay, now it's not likely, but there's still a chance I'm going to back my team to go through. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's how it should be. But what you were doing, you're like, okay, I reckon, Arteta's going to win. And then all of a sudden, you're like, what? Arteta out, this and that. It's over.
Yeah, I know.
I hope someone finishes me next week. I hope they finish me to the death.
I'm going to cook you, Luca,
On
mate.
Twitter, bro.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I've been cooked in the past, bro, and I enjoy 1 second of it.
You enjoyed it.
You
I'm
enjoy being
lucky. I've
cooked.
never been cooked.
I've been on TikTok before, bro, and been cooked with my first surname, bro. So the trouble is, right?
Luca was on TikTok.
When
Yo, Rory.
I've never been cooked, luckily enough.
But the trouble is, I really hope Arteta proves to us next week. We all want to be in the CL final.
Yes.
On June the 1st.
In fact, no, we don't want to be in the Champions League final. Now you've mentioned it.
Why don't we want to be in the Champions League final?
Because you've said it.
What, do you not want us to be in the Champions League final now you said it?
Fuck no.
Let's do, bro. Let's see what happens next week, and let's see if this football club takes us to the CL final.
Yeah, man.
Did you actually fall for that, by the way?
No. It's sarcastic.
Oh my god.
But Arteta's promo said today, bring your boots, bring your kits, bring your shorts. After that masterclass performance by PSG.
And I did, to be fair.
Rory, imagine Mel comes on right now.
Oh, I'd love her to come on right now.
Wait, this chat will explode.
If you're available, Mel, you're always welcome.
Everybody, this whole panel will explode.
It will go
Link
to
into
like
the chat, Mel. You're always welcome, man.
1,000 people if she comes on.
Yeah, cool.
Mm.
But
So,
anyway,
as I said earlier, how are we going to conclude this then?
Conclude what?
Are you going to admit you're wrong?
We were all wrong.
So if
I think
we're
you guys are
all
all wrong in terms of going into it.
Big up, man. Great watch along, guys.
Yeah, so if everyone was wrong, you might as well call out my Nana's husband then, because he's an Arsenal fan.
Well, no, because obviously we can have a YouTube channel.
I swear you only does for clout, man. You only do it for clout, Luca, mate. I'm telling you.
Serious. I'm being real. We're all being realists.
Oh my
True,
god. I can't believe it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So, Luca, can you just admit that you was wrong, and can you apologize to Mel then?
We all apologise.
What's the long pause?
What, something in the background? But no, we all apologise, right? All together as unite.
No. Can you apologize to Mel?
Me apologise.
Yeah, to Mel.
Yeah, and I'm sure she'll apologise to you for calling you a coward and shit.
Coward, I'm a coward. But no, I apologise.
What the fuck? Luca, why can't you apologize?
This is never ending.
Why can't you apologize to Mel, Luca? I don't get it.
We have to win the Champions League, bro.
Oh, for God's sake, Luca.
We're never ending this, Josh. Don't worry, bro.
I apologise to Mel, right, for calling her out. I don't have a problem with her, but obviously I don't have to agree with an opinion for what she said. Yes, I did say we were going to win the CL from the quarterfinal, but however, I didn't say we were going to win it at the beginning.
Yes, and what we're trying to say is, what difference does that make then?
The difference
Because you're still technically saying you're going to win the Champions League. It's still the same competition.
Well, Josh, you think we're going to win the Champions League for well?
What?
I said we had a good chance of winning the Champions League. Like every Arsenal fan on the planet said we would.
He
Right?
keeps my
Even-
name because he wants views.
I'm a change fan. People don't
This is true. I can't even lie, Luca.
Can I ask you a question?
This is
Yeah, can I
iconic.
ask you a question? You are tied to your opinion, right? And I'm not going to disrespect your opinion, right? But don't get me wrong. I've known you for what, 5-6 years since I've had multiple channels here. One thing I will say is I don't do this channel for views. I used to do it for views, not anymore, bro. I'm a changed man. Hence why.
Well, you did send me your YouTube link. So what's the need for that?
To see if you that's changed.
What do you mean? Come on, that was the YouTube link, not the StreamYard link.
Changed man. People don't realise that, and if they don't realise that, they keep it to themselves.
And by the way, why did you put in the MK Don's comment section that you got a vlog? I'll come and watch my vlog.
When was this?
I think it was the vlog. It might have been your previous one, actually.
What, on the MK Don's page? YouTube page?
Yeah.
When do you follow MK Don, bro?
No, I don't follow MK Dons.
Oh my god, Luca, can you just apologize to Mel and tell her that you was completely out of order?
We all apologise, Mel.
No, not we all. Can you apologize? Because we ain't got to apologize to Mel because we ain't called her out like you have.
I apologise, Mel, for calling you out. And one thing I will say is to that: let's hope we do go and beat PSG next week.
And can you admit that you was wrong?
We all admit we were wrong.
No, you, mate.
No, you.
I said nothing.
Well, you did.
I said niente.
That's it. Non li parla. I don't know English. Okay, that's it.
We can't include Juventus, man. We can't include Juve. You know what I mean? What standard is Allegri in, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Allegri's not at the club.
Not at the club, mate.
Juve manager is right now.
Not even at the club either, mate.
Hey, Allegri has won more than Arsenal in the past. Like
What happened to the Arsenal club in 2018? I actually thought Allegri was going to come to Arsenal. He's not been on Twitter for about 5-6 years.
Hey, there's rumors about him going to Madrid, which is crazy.
And no, I apologize for what I did, bro. But the trouble is, at the end of the day, you are titled to your opinion, what you say. But at the end,
put the fries in the bag.
At the end of the day, let's see what happens next Wednesday.
Luca, thoughts on this comment?
Luca puts fries in the bag. I've got more chance of putting myself in an air fryer, mate.
What the fuck?
Mate, proper step.
Oh my god. Oh, there we go then. Listen,
Wait.
we're gonna
Big up
Melina has a channel? I didn't even know that.
Who?
I said Mel has a channel.
Oh yeah, man.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I just wasn't.
Bro.
While this was all going on, I dropped a sub in it. So
Me too. Big up to Mel.
Big up Mel.
Big up to Mel. Absolute real one. No, Luca. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. We've been going for exactly 3 hours now. Big up everyone who came on. Big up Gio, my brother. Big up, bro, every single time. Do you want to shout? You want to shout out your content? What coming up? Anything?
With me?
No, Gio. No, not you, mate. Not you. Not you.
I don't want to shout out anything.
You're typical, mate.
Well, yeah, on my channel, we have a couple of things. Definitely, there's going to be a new video about Juventus at risk, of course. There's going to be, of course, watch-alongs. I might be doing, from not this week, but next week for the second legs, I'll do watch-alongs for Arsenal. And, of course, UCL content, predictions, shows, debate shows as well. I'm doing a football arena, Josh. We have to do it.
Yeah,
definitely
we have to
happening
do it,
soon. definitely happening soon for sure. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a nice show. We're gonna have a lot of people from different that support different teams. It's gonna be a big panel. So definitely trying to get that set up, man. But it's been hard because I'm like renovating renovating my apartment. So it's been hard.
Of course, man. Of course. But big every single time.
But don't worry.
Yeah, bless up,
Yeah,
bro.
big up, bro. Big up.
Alf, you want to shout anything, man, on your channel?
Well, obviously, we'll have the watch along for the second leg next week. Obviously, got my match review out for tonight's game. But apart from that, obviously, we'll do the match review and match preview of the Bournemouth game coming up this weekend. Not really looking forward to that, but it is what it is. Got some Formula One content out there for people who enjoy the Formula One. So we're doing a preview for the Miami Grand Prix. So yeah,
big up, bro, every single time, man. And yeah, guys, thanks everyone who obviously watched today. Luca, no, mate, I'm not. You're not trying to your content. Nice try, mate. Nice try, but no, not today. But yeah, we're getting out of it, guys. Big up everyone. Really disappointing result, and we'll catch you guys. I'll be back tomorrow as always, people. We're out of it.